back to What Would You Think? This is our show, We'll Want to Fight About It, Season 2. Yes, sir. So this is going to be different because last season we would do 3 questions for the sudden death bonus round. But then this time we're doing 5 bonus round questions on top of our already 5 fight questions, right? So, this is We'll Want to Fight About It, where there's no, you guys want to complete it? No bad
answers.
Yes.
Arguments.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm the judge of this episode, Alvin, and then this is our panel.
How's it going? It's me, Amir.
It's me, Orna.
And I'm only playing Clark still.
As you guys can see, this is a video game themed episode, but also this is the clean slate, right?
Yeah.
I can already tell, like I said last time when I'm the judge and these guys are the panels, this is going to be a great episode. So why don't we just...
This is a blind fight too. We don't know the rounds.
Yeah, you guys didn't find out these questions until like 10 minutes ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
We always get like a week advance to figure things out. No, we're just saying 5 minutes.
Yeah, so we're going to do RNG with this.
Yeah.
But now, because they're dressed up as video game characters, I think the most appropriate question would be greatest video game protagonist. And today we're going to start with...
Yes! Okay, so when I thought of this, I was like, you want a character that is sympathetic, that you love for it, and the character I went with is Dom Santiago from Gears of War, man. I love Dom Santiago. And if anyone knows Gears of War, he is essentially the one guy that is by Marcus' side the entire game, has a good heart, and at the end he's the only one that gets screwed over for being a good person. I'm picking Dom.
All right, Owen.
I'd like Amir to go first.
Okay.
That was a great answer. I respect that. Dom is my favorite character, so dirty pull, dirty move doing that. But I was actually going with a different angle for this. For a video game character, I think it's someone that you have to spend a lot of time with and you live as. So I'm going with the one, the only Commander Shepard as the greatest video game character of all time because you live as the character. So you're spending 3 games with this guy, 40 plus hours every game. That's my character. He has a lot to him.
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest. The first thing that came to mind was gonna be it's gonna be Max Payne.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You don't know that, huh?
I don't really know anything about it.
Yeah. I think Max Payne is a great character. Give me 1 second. Max Payne. That's coming off.
Yeah, we got what we
coming
needed.
That was enough.
Yeah.
Max Payne is a great character because it's kind of like a dark, gritty look into the sad life of this one individual, He lost his kids, he lost his wife, and now he's just out there trying to survive. And he's just a really good cop and a really good bodyguard at this point. And it's just cool to see the sad life of Max Payne.
So I actually really liked your guys' picks, but I think I had a problem with your pick was Commander Shepard. Yeah. The idea is, yes, you're playing as this person, but aren't we Shepard themselves? So Shepard is essentially not a character. He is
No.
He is you.
No, see,
Dom Santiago has a family. He has a wife. He has a children that was taken away from him during the Locust War. And what is he there? What is he doing? He's helping Marcus Phoenix save the world while trying to save his wife.
yeah, see, Dom is good, but I think the crux of your argument is a very stupid argument. You're saying, he's not a real character. No, he is a real character because we get to mold him or her. You get to make your own backstory, and after it, you actually have influence on the story. You have Renegade, Paragon. You make your own decisions. You essentially have actual influence on the story, the galaxy. Dom is a real character, but you're saying, yes, he has a wife, a child. Your character has a wife, a child. How many times have we seen that fucking shitty stereotype where he lost everything, he's depressed, and he has to save the world? That shit is so boring.
Mine's not saving the world. Mine's a very down-to-earth story. Yours is saving the world, which is cool, but we've seen that plenty of times. He's right.
Yeah.
You don't have any characters.
You just don't know.
You have nothing.
You're like Cyberpunk.
It is.
No.
Nothing of a character.
It's literally just like someone wrote fan fiction about Master Chief. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can have sex with anyone on it. That's almost like a dating sim.
So I honestly
It's not a
don't even know
dating
what the
sim.
character's like because it's so different between every single.
But we all have our own version of him. If you're Shepard, knowing he's going to be an asshole, he's going to kill people, he's going to literally rob them, right?
And that's your favorite character of all
but
time.
you make him your own.
But it's mine.
You make him
That's
your
the
own.
character, right?
But do you know how hard it is to essentially make a character in a video game that has so many different interpretations? That's the reason why they're actually making a show. They're not going to make a Max Payne TV show. They made a shitty movie with Mark Wahlberg. No one watched. And you're doing Dom Santiago? Gears of War is fucking dead. No one cares about Gears.
Gears 4 and Gears 5 is dead. And you know what? Dom isn't in those games.
Gears 4 was good.
Gears
4 and Gears 5 were a letdown. But you know what's the best? One of the best games of the 360 generation is Gears of War 1, 2, and 3. People literally cried when. I'll tell you this: when spoiler, when Dominic Santiago dies, people legit cry. You know what people got from your Mass Effect 3, the ending? Re-Rise, give us a new ending. Give us a new ending.
We're not talking about best ending. We're talking about best character.
Best character. Owen just said it. The fact is, you can make him a piece of shit character. Is he really the best? Like, there are so many.
He's so complicated. He's so nuanced. You have so many different relationships with all the characters in the galaxy. Yes, Dom is cool, but he's nothing in the first game. He does nothing. He's just nice guy that works with Marcus. They're like, oh shit, he's one of the most boring characters in video game history. We have to give him something. So they just do.
Let's hear from Owen more about Max Payne.
Yeah, I don't even know Max Payne. I feel like he's just GTA guy.
Yeah.
No, Max Payne, there's a lot to him, you know? I played Max Payne 3 like in the 8th grade, right? Really good game. At that age, even I knew like, damn, this guy's life sucks. This is cool. You know what it's like when you have to heal up? You take painkillers. You take painkillers to make the pain go away.
Makes kids want to take drugs. Is that what you're telling me?
It was very fun. It was very fun. This was Rockstar before they got all GTA 5 now and didn't do anything after that.
This was Rockstar.
Yes,
so it is GTA. Right. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
But it was still good.
Oh.
Anyways, I don't know. He's just a really good character. I think he's the greatest video game protagonist because he's not over the top like these guys, you know?
Over the top.
He really big chainsaw guns. That's a bit over the top.
Being buff, that's like essentially that's like a goal.
Those are goals.
Those are
Okay.
goals.
No, but
It's
I think
over the top. You guys just
I
get
get
over
it.
the top. Mine is more down to earth, where he's just literally a bodyguard. He's just trying to do the right thing because he's done so many shitty things since his wife and kid died.
So I want you guys to tell me the greatest like story of your guys' character. Yeah, scene.
Okay.
Like what makes them great, right?
Yeah.
So starting with, I guess, Amir.
Okay, so one thing I'll say before going to my scene is, I think you said it perfectly. Dom is so over the top. You can't really identify with Dom. Only a certain amount of people. It's dude bros that are roided out on gear, right? With Max Payne, he's cool, but he's a bodyguard. But I think with Shepard, anyone can relate to him because you're a Shepard. You make him your own. You make them your own way. And for a best scene of Shepard, right? The scene that I'm going with is literally the death of Admiral Anderson. Mass Effect 3. That scene is so tragic. So what happens, just a little bit of lore for the story. Reapers, who are these giant aliens essentially causing annihilation and doomsday on Earth, or the whole galaxy. They wipe out everything, right? And Admiral Anderson, who we see for the first 3 games as your father figure, you guys are working together to stop the ultimate villain. And right when you think everything is good, you just sit down, blood, bleeding, internal wounds, and they just look at the galaxy, this giant epic landscape, and they're like, quite a view. Best seats in the galaxy, or best seats in the whole room, or something like that. And literally you just see a nice moment of a father and their child. And you just see right there the last moments of Admiral Anderson. And he dies. That is so tragic. You see him right there. He's like, don't go. He's like, just hold on a bit longer. And he can't. Keith David dies. And you just see Shepard has to carry on that mission. And he has to lead on the hope of humanity on his own right after his dad died. I think that is so tragic. And it being built upon 3 games just makes it so much more heartbreaking.
I love that scene, but that was more on Anderson, I think. I felt more for Anderson.
I
Nothing you said made me care about Shepard. I want to know what gives you emotion and feeling is when you watch, essentially, you see Dom grow in Gears 2 and 3. So in Gears of War 2, the idea is the Locusts are coming up to the surface and they're fighting, right? And Dom the whole time he's helping Marcus save the world. But while he's doing this, he keeps talking to Anya saying, where's Maria? Can you please find Maria? Talk to these stranded people that are homeless. Talk to these homeless people. Find out where she is. And you find out in Gears of War 2, she's literally taken into a fucking internment camp by the Locusts where she is tortured, slaughtered. And when you actually do end up finding her, she's literally so malnourished. She literally is not, she's a husk of what she is. She can't even speak anymore. And when Dom sees her the first time, he is so happy that he hugs her. He gives her a big hug. And when Marcus is like, Dom, take another look. And that's when you see she's practically a walking skeleton. And you know what Dom has to do during that scene? It's really sad. When he sees his dying wife, he has to fucking shoot her in the head. Because he's like, this is so tragic for her. And you see in Gears 3 that he essentially goes depressed. He gets heavier. He stops taking care of himself. He's legitimately so depressed of a man that he loses his essentially will to live until he has to give his life to save Marcus, so Marcus can save his dad. Dom is the best friend anyone can ever have.
It's pretty good.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, in Max Payne 3...
You go to a strip club.
You do go to a strip club, which is fun. But there comes a point in the game where you're no longer being paid for your services. You're no longer being no, that sounds bad. You're no longer being paid for being a bodyguard, right? You no longer have to do it. So he goes home and he visits the grave of his wife and his daughter, a drink in his hand and painkillers in the other, and he realizes that he's got to move on. You know, there's more to life than just continuously being down on yourself like Dom was. You know, Dom never got past that point. He killed himself.
He did.
Max Payne didn't. Max Payne continued to fight on, went back, and he saved the day. He went past his pain, and that was his pain. Max's pain.
That's Max's pain, yes.
That was Max's pain.
Max's pain, painkillers.
What he just said, you're saying that Dom couldn't get past his depression and he killed himself. How fucking tragic is that? We've all been depressed at certain points in our life.
Yeah,
for him,
okay,
he did not see his life.
Just the sadder story doesn't make the better character.
Yeah,
let's get past it.
And also,
Max
it's
Payne
a
is
stereotype. You're
I'm sorry
drugs,
that
sex,
mine-
and booze, bro.
That's life.
That's all he is.
I think Dom is really good. I love Dom. Again, that's my favorite character in Gears. But I think what you're forgetting is we've seen that story. How many times you're like, oh, you have to mercy kill someone? That I think is such an easy layup that it's like, oh, of course they're gonna feel bad for that scene.
And if
But
you're gonna choose a Gears character, you could have chosen the Coltrane. All right, you could have chosen the better Gears character.
yeah, or even Anthony Carmine. There are so many.
Any of the Carmines, Marcus Phoenix.
But be careful.
Listen.
Listen. What I will say though on Commander Shepard, the thing is so good is yeah, you're talking about like, oh, the ending, right? The ending. It meant so much to people because the character, we lived with him for 120 plus hours. Do you not understand? You gotta have loads of you literally built. You're saying, oh, you have the best friend. There are so many better characters in Mass Effect than Dominic Santiago, but you're not willing to put the time in because you're a stupid gamer. literally, there are so many characters you have loads of. Garrus, so much better than Dom. A way better character, way better friend.
You're talking about...
And Shepard, I think what we're forgetting. This is a video. We're not talking about a movie. If it was a movie, I would say yes because he has amazing emotional scenes. But with Shepard, again, you craft the character. You get. I'm gonna tie this into my closing by saying, you get to craft your own legacy. You get to make your own character. You get to identify with the character. Not a lot of people can identify with Max Payne. And yes, Dom is he has good scenes, but not everyone can identify with him. Gears has been known to be a mainly male-dominated community, but Mass Effect appeals to both men and women, people of all ages, because you become the Shepherd, you become Commander Shepard, and you become a better person. I used to be an asshole. Played Mass Effect 3 once.
Still are. Yeah.
I played Mass Effect 3 once, and I became a better person for it. So I'm going with Commander Shepard as the best video game character.
No, I got it. Yeah. If you're gonna, at this point, his is just like those Lego custom characters that you build, and you just choose whatever random fanfiction backstory. Yours is not a character. Yours is a person playing it. Yours is a Telltale game. Exactly. That's not a character. Commander Shepard isn't a definitive character because he's different people. Everyone chooses a different Commander Shepard. That's just such a cop out to choose character because he's not one character. He's multiple characters who can do multiple things.
Tie this into Max Payne.
Yeah. With Max Payne, you know what you get with Max Payne. Okay? You know exactly what you're getting. You're getting a man who's so hurt. You're getting this man who's deep down just wants to end it all, but he doesn't. And he finds the drive and the will to keep going. After all of his drunk binges and having all those painkillers, he realizes there's light at the end of the tunnel. And I feel like in a dark world that we live in, we need hope. And Max Payne gives us hope.
Yeah, I think I guess it does give us a little bit of hope. Good try. I'll say this for my closing. Before I go into Dom, Owen is right. Commander Shepard is essentially he is a blank slate of a character. He is what you make of him. So if you're essentially a piece of shit fucking character, Commander Shepard's a piece of fucking shit because you can make him a renegade, you can make him a paragon. With Dom, I think it's much harder to write a consistent character like Dom and have him mean so much to everyone throughout the entire time. He said that Gears is only made for dude bros. I would disagree. Me and him, we barely lifted any weights when we were younger, and we still saw these characters like, oh, I want to be this. And we were skinny, shy people that we essentially, all right, we can identify with some of these characters. And also with the idea where the franchise is now, girls do play it, so it's not only for men. Dom is the greatest protagonist because he is real, and you feel for him. Like you're saying that Max Payne overcame his depression. Not everyone's able to do that, and Dom, we really see the depressed man, and that is so real. That is so real. Someone who killed his family, watches his whole family die, his whole life being taken away. That he has nothing else to live for except the one thing is, I need to help my best friend find his dad. By giving my life, if I can help him do that, I'll gladly do it. Dom is the best video game protagonist.
That was a good round. Starting off blind fights really strong.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I
Yeah.
didn't answer until 2 seconds.
So I think with you guys chose very out of the box, unconventional protagonists, which I really appreciate. I haven't heard of Dom Santiago. I was familiar with Gears of War, but I haven't heard of him really and his story. And you kind of make it compelling and like all of that. He is a pretty interesting character. How he has to shoot his wife in the head, and then moving on to Max Payne. I'm going to
I should have chosen a Nintendo game for Alvin.
I think the Kratos, honestly,
Yeah.
or something.
Max Payne, he's iconic. Yeah, I can see where he can be the greatest video game protagonist. I feel like his story was kind of similar to Dom's in a way, where he's still kind of haunted by his family's.
No.
I would say so, yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
give him
I'd
that
say so
credit.
then,
I wouldn't
yeah.
give Max Payne that credit.
say that. I've heard of Max Payne, but I'm not too familiar with him as well. But I think Amir also has a really good character with Commander Shepard. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really thought about Mass Effect since 2011, since it was relevant. But then now, when you talk about Commander Shepard and like all the traits and stuff, you are right how he is a blank slate, and even they mentioned you are him and you are he is you. So
You're
whatever.
them.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. 2022. Yeah, but I think that's also a very interesting thing. And what you said about like the reason why they had to rewrite the ending is because people were so attached to this character, right?
Shut yourself in the
So I think that's the reason why I'm gonna give it to Amir.
Oh, yeah, baby!
Dom was. I wasn't even thinking of Dom.
Oh wow.
I was going. Commander Shepard was my first pick easily.
No way. That's good.
All right, so moving on to the next question is which character from fiction would be the worthiest to wield Mjolnir? And today we're gonna start with Owen.
Oh, nice. I'm glad I got the first one. So I'm gonna go with the one. I'm gonna go with Neo. I feel like Neo would be the most worthy to wield Mjolnir. I mean, who other than the person that saved people within the Matrix to be able to wield Mjolnir? What?
No, you're good.
Okay, no, yeah,
I
let
was
me
thinking
go.
mine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, was that yours?
No, I don't know one. I still don't know one.
Yeah, this is a hard question. It's hard to be worthy for something that big, and I feel like if someone's going to be worthy of it, they've already proven their worth in other ways. And Neo has proven his worth in more ways than one, so I believe that Neo is the one worthy enough to wield Mjolnir.
Cool. Who's next?
We can go Omid to give you more time.
I can go unless you want to go.
You can go.
Neither of you
All
have
right.
answers.
I'm with you too. I can go.
I have one, and I was thinking you're saying the most worthy person to hold Mjolnir that cannot be based on
non-comic book.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was thinking, I wanted to go with like a Spider-Man, like a Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire character, and I was like, I can't do that because he's Spider-Man. But it was, what's the next best thing? Nick Carraway. We're going Nick Carraway from The Great Gatsby, the best friend of Jay Gatz, the most loyal person you can find in the 20s, in the Prohibition. I'm going Nick Carraway. He should have the Mjolnir. He could have saved Gatsby.
So I'm stuck between two answers. There's one answer I know is really good, but you can't argue it because you don't know the character.
Just go ahead. Just do it.
Okay.
I have to go off the back of Amir for that. That's fine.
That's
just
blind fights in general.
Yeah. Okay. So or do I?
He's gonna do a Bleach character.
No, I'll go. Because it's video. I'm gonna keep it video game themed. So I'm gonna go with Kazuhiro Miller from Metal Gear Solid. The reason why I'm picking him is the idea of Mjolnir is you want someone who has a worthy heart and essentially has good morals that is non-compromising. What we see with Kaz in Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain is he gets abducted by essentially Cypher in Afghanistan, where they torture him. They cut off his arm, they cut off his leg. He becomes a tortured soul there for 10 years, and he's waiting for Snake to pick him up. And once Snake picks him up, they're essentially going to continue their mission of ridding the world of all nuclear weapons. So I think if anyone's going to pick up Mjolnir, Kazuhiro needs it because he's the most tortured soul.
Nice. So yeah.
Nick Carraway.
Nick
Carraway. I think Nick Carraway's kind of a bastard.
A bastard?
He's a bastard. He gave his friend Jay Gatsby false hope.
No. What do you mean?
With everything with Daisy?
Everything with
Daisy.
No, he told him, he's like, you had to leave. With Mjolnir, with Thor, and with Captain America, it's someone that essentially is trustworthy, someone that's loyal, someone that's a kind person, kind heart.
He's a wimp.
What?
Yeah.
Nick Carraway's a wimp.
He's not a wimp.
No. Here's the thing. I think that none of our characters are bad people. It's going to be impossible to argue that any of us are not worthy because we all are worthy.
Yeah, who's the least worthy?
You are the least worthy
You haven't
because
done shit.
you're
You
a
haven't
wimp,
done
and I don't
shit.
think he could pick it up if he can.
Well, no, wait, no.
He'd break his back.
No,
Yeah.
That shit.
well, the original Thor, I'm pretty sure he was like a pencil pusher. Like he was an office worker, and he became Thor. That's like Alvin. You probably know the lore.
Why? Why would I know the lore? Why are you assuming this of me, bro? Like,
He's an MCU fan. He loves. He's watching.
Oh yeah, he is a big.
Yeah,
MCU
so he
guy.
loves.
he's
Di-
MCU
he
fan.
loves
Moon
Di-
Knight.
I'm on that Moon Knight.
Literally. So I'm pretty sure Thor was like Ben Mendelsohn, or he had some weird name, and he was like a pencil pusher. So he can easily lift up the hammer because I mean, Captain America did it. Hawkeye. That's so shitty. Hawkeye didn't do it, but I think really we're gonna go based off that. It's literally 10 pounds of paperweight. But he's a good person. Neo, really cool guy, but also I think you shot yourself in the foot by picking Neo after Resurrections. I don't want him to judge Mjolnir. Fuck no. This programmer. So, yes, it is.
Not
It's
canon.
canon.
Not in
With
my
Charles,
universe.
you say everything in the anything that's ever been produced by Matrix is canon. So
It
the
is.
video game is canon.
Alvin, strike that from the record. It's not canon because I haven't even seen that new Matrix.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh.
He's a sweaty programmer. You really want a sweaty programmer to be Mjolnir? Be holding Mjolnir? And Kazir Miller, he's a cool guy, but isn't he like a war hero or like a terrorist? Like
No,
a war
his
terrorist?
whole thing is he wants
So he's
to.
murdered people.
What?
Wait,
I thought, didn't he kill people?
has he killed someone before?
Ever in his life?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not.
Really?
Not directly. Not directly.
So he's been at the hands of. He's been a murderer. He's a murderer.
So is Captain America.
No. No, I haven't
watch
seen it.
watch the war game where he opens the hatch and throws
Oh my
grenades
God.
and closes it. He kills people. He's killed many people. Kaz, you know what Kaz is done? Kaz essentially is a superhero without powers. He is trying to rid the world of nuclear weapons. That's what him and the Big Boss seek out to do together. And what you see in Phantom Pain is Big Boss is actually a fucking coward. He scapegoats Venom Snake into playing the role of Big Boss, saying, "Oh, you're gonna be the front man. When you're being the front man, I'm gonna be in the back doing all his work." And Kaz is like, "I've been tortured for 10 years, and you tricked me, and you didn't even tell me that you're gone and doing this to me. Fuck you, Snake. I'm gonna raise your kid to go against you because what you did was wrong." That's what Kaz is. Kaz is a fucking hero.
Wait, he raised Snake's child,
He raised a Solid Snake
so he raised him to go against his own
and
father,
Big Boss.
The bad
which
guy.
is his father.
Correct. They're clones.
Wait, Venom or Punish Snake?
You know,
The
this-
lore
this
is
feels-
so
This feels
fucked.
like the anime episode. I'm
So-
just really confused about everything.
so I'll
No,
say
so
this.
Venom is Punish Snake, right?
Venom is the player. So think of this.
Or they're the same character?
You know what's simple about the Matrix? Is that Neo is the only one. Okay.
Matrix-
Not in the new
Not
one.
not after Resurrection.
Not Resurrection,
Yeah,
yeah.
not after Resurrection.
It's
Well,
in
that's not
Infinity.
canon. We'll strike that. Come on, let's strike that. I haven't even seen it. That's not canon in my universe. Neo is the only one. He's proven himself time and time again, and he's saved the world. All right. In my universe, there was no other Matrix 4. Okay. It ended after Matrix 3. So
Do you know how they bring him? Do you know how they bring him back in Matrix Resurrection?
I don't want to know. I don't wanna know.
Tell him.
They literally just say, "Oh, we found your body, and we're like, we need to make a new Matrix. So your body is so good of a battery, we're just gonna bring it back and just put you back in.
Yeah.
No reason whatsoever. Like, you're too good of a battery. We'll bring you back. You might break out.
If your guys' only gripe against Matrix being worthy to wield Mjolnir is a bad fourth movie, then that's not a good.
Well, have you
gripe
seen 2
at
and
all.
3, you bitch?
They're still good. They're still good movies.
I like 3. Actually,
Yeah,
like
3 was really good. It had really
Revolutions.
good music too.
The music, the invite, that's a really good ending.
And
But
it's not about the better movie, okay? It's not about that. It's about who's worthy. And I think that
I'm gonna
the
argue.
only
Who did
person-
they pick again?
Let's hear from Owen.
He just said, "Who did he pick again?" He didn't remember his answer.
I would believe that Neo was worthier than this guy because Neo has never done anything to the point where he's manipulated a child to go against his own father.
No,
that
the
doesn't
idea.
seem good at all. It doesn't seem like he's saving anyone at that point. Explain yourself then. Which one's solid and lethal snake?
Let me tell you. So,
You take this off. This
we're
hurts.
doing a video essay right now. So in Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, you're playing as Venom Snake, but Venom Snake is actually the player, so he's just a random dude. But Big Boss, who you play as in Metal Gear Solid 3, is in the back doing nothing, and you get a clone who's actually Solid Snake and Kaz is saying, "I'm gonna raise Solid Snake to go against you, Big Boss." That's what it is. So essentially, Big Boss wants to raise his own army.
You
That's
know,
what he does.
I think Kazuhiro Miller. I'm a big fan of him. He's a great character, but I think what you're forgetting is he's like still an asshole, and I think Neo is still like I'm not gonna go on the sweaty programmer stuff, but I think he's someone that is so powerful. I don't trust him being Mjolnir. He
I
has,
trust
he's
him.
like,
If he was all that powerful, why did he not use this power for evil?
but he worked with the bad guys. He worked with the machines to essentially have peace, and then the machines
That's
betrayed
compromise.
him.
Peace.
That's compromise, actually.
No, but the
He
machines are
made
evil.
that hard choice.
He worked with
He made
evil.
that hard choice because no one else.
Mjolnir would never compromise. Working with Mjolnir, you would never compromise and work.
Mjolnir
I
knows
agree.
what it is
No
to be
compromise.
honorable.
No
No
compromise.
compromise is not a good idea.
Can I tell you
What?
what Nick Carraway did? What he actually didn't do?
Uh-huh.
When you watch The Great Gatsby, remember when I think her name is Meryl? Meryl dies by
Myrtle.
Myrtle. She's hit and run. Do you know who kills her? Fucking Daisy. You know what Nick Carraway does? Nick Carraway's silent when he finds out that Daisy kills her.
No.
Daisy should have turned. He should have turned Daisy.
He tried
but
to.
How? He
With
didn't show
Jay,
that.
he's like, "Oh, Jay, you have to be honest. You have to tell them the truth." Because if
Why-
Nick Carraway
if
said
Nick
it, it's just hearsay.
When's the last time you guys saw The Great Gatsby to know?
I
this
watched
much about
I watched it after No Way Home. I told McGuire bench.
He did.
After
All you
Tobey
need to know
Maguire
is this: Nick Carraway is a little bitch. He's not. He doesn't
He
have
is
the
a wimp.
ball. He doesn't have
He's
the
a wimp.
balls.
He doesn't have balls. He's spineless. He's all of that.
Let's hear from Amir about
So-
his
Yeah, go
I
ahead
mean,
and defend
I-
Nick Carraway.
What I'm gonna say is for someone that has to hold Mjolnir, you're saying he's wimpy. Yeah, sure. Let's say he is, right? But when you have power, you're gonna know what it's like to be powerless. Do you know how impactful that is? That's why Steve Rogers is such an amazing character because he was the little guy. He knew what it was like to be stepped on. If you give Nick Carraway the hammer, he is a people's champ. He's fighting for the wimp, the ballless, the spineless.
I don't think
He
he's
didn't
proven
do
himself
that. He
as
didn't
someone
do
who
that.
can wield that
No,
power.
with Gatsby,
with
he was
honor.
Remember with Gatsby? Do you guys remember what he was trying to help Gatsby and Tom? He's
You
like,
know
"Oh,
what-
Tom's a bad guy. We have to turn him in."
Do you
and
know
then
what Jay Gatsby also, what fucking Nick Carraway also did?
good
J-
depression.
Daisy and Gatsby were literally having an affair, and Nick was silent. Nick essentially is a silent bystander.
say-
Tom had an affair
He
too.
didn't say anything.
Neither.
It wasn't his.
So Nick Carraway
wasn't
is
his
a
place.
silent bystander. He is a
Thor
piece of,
would have said something.
He would have. The idea is
Thor
Nick,
would've.
Bro,
Nick
Thor?
Carraway-
Which Thor are we talking about?
Nick
The
Carraway-
Fortnite Thor.
Nick Carraway, sure,
Fortnite? Bro Thor? Fat
Yeah,
Thor?
yeah.
Oh.
Fat Thor.
So
It's a joke to be Fat Thor.
yeah, they canceled that.
So did they?
Yeah, it's Bro Thor. They don't call it Fat Thor.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Fat Thor would have done it.
Yeah, what we're saying with Nick Carraway is you can't be Mjolnir if you're silent. You just need to stand up for what you believe in. That's why Captain America jumped on the grenade trying to save everyone. Nick Carraway is a little bitch. He has no balls. He does not have. He has a decent heart, I guess, but I mean, he let his best friend on with his cousin when she was already married. How is that a good heart? With
True
you
love.
pick Neo. I love Neo, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go Morpheus. You should have went Morpheus.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Morpheus.
Time to fly.
Time to
That's so
fly.
cool. I think with Neo, the idea
Nice.
is.
Hold on. Why?
What do you
Keep
mean
going.
why?
You said it.
That-
weird
okay,
for
can I
Morpheus.
tell
All he does, he says things, he doesn't
He
follow
doesn't
up.
follow
No,
through.
can I tell
He
you
said
what-
we should have chosen another character.
Let me
Go
tell you,
ahead.
can I tell you
Because
why?
all he did was say a
because,
line.
because the idea is essentially Morpheus is the face of the rebellion. He is the one that sees the future. He said he sees the reality. He's saying, do you want to live in this matrix or do you want to see what's real? That's why he should wield Mjolnir. He was the one that he started the whole thing. Neo was, I guess,
Neo
Neo is a
finished it.
prophecy.
Neo finished it.
Neo is a prophecy. Essentially,
How
he
more
was
worthy can
born-
someone
well-
be to be the prophet?
Well,
Yeah,
it wasn't the
how worthy can
prophet.
he be
He
to be
really
the
wasn't the
prophet?
prophet.
And you're talking about becoming powerless and understanding how much power you have. That was literally Neo, where he was just some office dude going day to day life, super boring until he finally got the powers of being the one.
I have it. I have the ultimate nail in your coffin. The reason why he cannot be Thor is because he has no free will. If you watch Matrix, he has no free will. No one has free will. So essentially, if you get a Mjolnir, he is just bound by fate. He has no choice.
Exactly.
Remember when he's talking,
He's talking about Neo, not Thomas Anderson. Thomas Anderson is
I'm talking about Neo.
yeah, Neo is outside the Matrix, right?
No. Have you seen Revolutions?
yeah.
Yeah. Remember when he's talking to Agent
You have
Smith,
no idea what
and
he's
he's
talking
like,
about?
"It's inevitable." He's like, "Oh, why do you keep fighting? Why do you persist? Why? Because it's inevitable. He has no choice. Matrix Neo cannot be Thor or Mjolnir because he has no choice, no free will. It's either Nick Carraway, Kazir, or Mjolnir.
Free will doesn't hinder how honorable
done.
and good
He
you
can't
are.
do anything.
What do you-
Fate determines what he can do. If fate says he doesn't do it, it's like
And fate's
Can't do
telling us that he's the one. He's clearly someone who's deserving of power.
no, I think
If
the-
fate is all knowing and all powerful, why does he get to be the one who's the
No,
one?
it's that-
Why is
it's
he
that-
all
he's a
powerful?
puppet.
Let's hear
'cause
from
he's a
Omid
prophet.
And tie this into your closing.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Tell us about
I'm gonna close it off.
this
First, I'm gonna say
confusing ass
no,
character.
cause. The idea what
You're
Emerson
pissed.
is.
who raised his son. I'm still on it. He
punish
raised his
lethal,
son.
solids,
Yeah, and he's a
liquid,
murderer.
gas.
Well, the idea before I go into the cause, I want to talk about the why Emer's going on the whole
War
idea
criminal.
of free will.
if you're wielding Mjolnir, you want to be able to think for yourself to do these hard choices, because doing the right thing isn't always clean. It isn't always convenient. So with Neo had asked, he's just gonna do whatever the prophecy says. So he wielded Mjolnir and then essentially dies of a heart attack the next day. That's his fate. What we're seeing with Kazuhira Miller, they're saying yes, he raised a kid. The idea was since Snake is a clone of Big Boss, he has the genes and he's the only one that can take down Big Boss, because Big Boss is a figurehead. He is an idea that everyone rallies behind. Who is the only one that can take him down is his clone, his own blood. Kazuhira Miller got so screwed over. I don't think you understand it. The idea with Mjolnir is you want someone who's been pushed down, and when they've been shat on their entire life, that they do turn evil. They do want revenge. Get that face off, man. So the idea is, he's been so screwed over his whole life. It is so easy to go into hatred, to be a bad person, to inflict so much pain that you've had yourself. But he's like, no, I'm going to be better than Big Boss. I'm not going to scapegoat someone and making them pretend that you're you so you can die and you can be in the back doing your own business. No. Kaz is a real hero, and yes. And if it is too complicated, then maybe I say, maybe learn how to read a book. It's not that complicated. You just put time into
You gotta explain it a little bit better.
You gotta put time into
There's 14 different snakes that I've gotten from this conversation.
I just gave you 3, bitch.
You're going too long.
It's good. I'm good. I got it.
Ooh.
We've
Can I
only
say
max.
one last thing?
Yeah. You ties into your clothes.
Yeah. You keep saying that he has no free will and that it's all fate that's deciding it. I don't understand why we can't say that about ourselves. You know, why isn't that what we do fate? Everything that we don't understand if it's not. We don't know if it's fate or not. But we're still doing what we believe as the right thing. Neo is still doing what he believes as the right thing, whether it's him doing it or fate. He's still doing the right thing because he still is the one, and he still is worthy enough, the worthiest to wield Mjolnir. Your guy hasn't gone through enough to wield Mjolnir, and your guy is just, dude, he's just a war criminal. He's just any other war criminal. That's all I'm hearing from it. And he's raising his son to fight his dad. It's like if Darth Sidious, in your terms,
That's all you're focusing on.
that's like if Darth Sidious were to raise Luke to fight against Vader when he could have just raised
Speaking
Luke
his
to be a
language.
good person.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now I understand.
Wait, do I still have my closing? Or I don't think I went. Alright, so I'm just gonna. I'm
Keep going.
gonna
30 seconds.
I'm gonna finish off in 10 seconds. So what I'm gonna say is, yeah, Neo is a good character, but I think you trying to shrug off so much fucking stain on the character. Like, yes, you didn't see Resurrections, but I'm sorry, that tarnished the character. So you can't just say, I'm not gonna listen to it. It didn't happen. It did happen. Sorry about it. And Kazuhira Miller, he's a cool character, sure, but like he said, it's complicated. It's hard to follow at times, and he's like gray. So He's a great character. So is life.
Mjolnir
Yeah,
shouldn't
but
be
I think,
praised. Mjolnir
but
is good.
with Nick Carraway, someone that was the best friend, he's Dom. He's like the guy you trust. He's someone that is going to fight for people like him. He was an author. He was a scholar. You want someone that's smart to hold Mjolnir. Neo, not really smart. Kazuhira Miller, not really smart.
Thor's not smart.
That's my closing.
Well, this was a hard question, and blind fights are interesting.
was.
Yeah,
Right.
that hard.
Omid's character, Kazuhiro Miller from Metal Gear Solid. Very interesting. I didn't know about this guy, but what you explained about him, he wants to rid the world of nuclear weapons, but they said he's a murderer. But you said he's a superhero without powers, and...
Can I interject? They say he's a murderer without him playing a single game, so he doesn't really know shit.
But you couldn't fight it. You couldn't defend against it.
Go ahead, Alvin.
So moving on to Owen. So what I wrote for, in my notes, I put sweaty programmer for Neo, right? That's what Amir said. But also I think, what Owen said at the very end, how fate or no fate, he still wants to do it because he believes it's right. I believe that also makes him worthy. That's, in the definition, that makes him worthy. Mm-hmm. And then for Amir, for Nick Carraway, I have like 5 notes here, and 2 of them is like little bitch and no ball.
Wait, what were the other notes? What were the other notes? What were some of the good stuff I said?
You wrote it twice.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's not looking good for you. He's a little wimp. Daisy kills Myrtle, but he doesn't say. He's a bystander, but he's also smart. So, I'm gonna give it to Owen for that.
Oh my god. Resurrection.
I didn't even see it.
You need to watch that one.
I'm
Remember the
What
big
cop
brain
out.
picks, bro.
What a cop out.
All right. So the next question is best movie of the 80s, and the person who's going first is.
I've never went first.
No, but he
It's
can
so
still go
RNG,
first. He
it's
can
so
still go
RNG.
first.
What? I never went first.
No, but he can still go first.
Yeah. Oh.
I can't go first because I was just first the last
Oh
round, but
my.
Omi has a chance of being first.
Okay.
All right.
I would
Okay.
think too, honestly.
You guys would have picked it.
Okay, just for the fun of it, I was gonna go with like a really good one, Do the Right Thing. But for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go The Thing. Thing, the best movie in the 80s. That's my pick.
Me next, or we can go next.
I went with 80. When I'm thinking of the 80s, you want essentially of iconography. I'm going with Nightmare on Elm Street.
That's the 80s?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna go with a movie that was for the adults in the 80s, people who grew up during the Vietnam War. I'm gonna go with Full Metal Jacket.
I've never seen that
I've
one.
never seen it.
Really good movie.
Is that,
I've seen
that's
clips.
not Good Morning Vietnam. Is the movie called Good Morning Vietnam?
No, this is a
That's
different one. This is
movie.
like
Full Metal-
Kubrick, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like Vincent
seen that one?
D'Onofrio.
No.
I got a lot to explain.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I'll start off since
It's
I
gonna be hard
went
when you have
first.
to argue the
Yeah.
most complicated, most
So-
thought-out
I think for
I
the
can actually
80s, you want like you go to expect some things. You want the stars, and the thing who's the main actor. We have Kurt Russell. We have this guy looking like Kurt Russell over here. That movie is amazing. It is a horror movie, sci-fi legend classic. That is a remake of the original. I forgot what the original was called. Maybe you can tell me. What was it?
I'm not gonna tell you, Alvin.
The thing from outer,
Yes.
the thing from the other world or some shit.
I'm pretty sure it's outer space.
Yeah, the thing from outer space. So it's.
Have you seen any of these movies?
Yeah, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, okay. I was thinking in my head. I was like, wait, I feel like. none of
So
these-
that's perfect.
Yeah, we're all gonna.
That's
have to explain our
perfect.
movies, Yeah.
Unbiased.
Yeah, so it's unbiased. So I think with the thing, the reason why it's so good, it's a classic that has inspired so many other movies. It came out in the 80s.
The original
There's-
Among Us.
The original Among Us. It came out during the Cold War. So there's that Red Scare, and that's worked so perfectly with the idea of there being an alien hidden among you and people being scared of your fellow man. And it's practical effects that are so amazing. Yeah, one loves to do. Yeah, horror movies are always really working. I think horror works amazing in the 80s. That's when they're all probably super cracked out on drugs
Cocaine,
or
yeah.
coke. So they really come up with some awesome designs. And yeah, I think The Thing is just such a classic.
Classic. Only?
Okay. When I'm thinking of Nightmare on Elm Street, you want to think of essentially the legacy that it built. Your movie, it gave us one shitty remake. I don't even know. Kubrick, I'll say, is pretentious. I would have went with 2001: Space Odyssey.
He stopped being
It's
good
not
after
80s.
Shining.
I agree. With Nightmare on Elm Street, you want it almost helped create the slasher horror genre, and also it grew into more. The idea when it first started, it was a slasher horror that as time went on, it became more of essentially a slapstick horror with the greatest kills of all time. You know who also introduced? It introduced one of our greatest actors before getting canceled was Johnny Depp. We had Johnny Depp in the very first Nightmare on Elm Street with Robert Englund. Robert Englund essentially.
He's classic. Robert England's good.
Robert Englund is a god himself. He is a god amongst us. He has some of the greatest iconic one-liners of all time. Let's get high. That's I love Nightmare on Elm Street 1.
I'll be honest, I love both of your picks very much. If I had known you guys were choosing horror movies, I would have gone Killer Clowns, you know?
Yeah,
80s classic. But sadly, I had to choose the best movie out of the three. The Thing, they're both good movies. Nightmare on Elm Street, I say, is the weakest link out of all this. But for a movie to define the best in the 80s, I feel like it has to definitively make people understand what was going on at the time. And for people at the time, it was like 10 years after the Vietnam War, right? People who were 18 at the time, young people, are still alive and they're still dealing with what they had to deal with. And Stanley Kubrick brought us in a phenomenal film that not only brought us in the beginning of it, you're going through boot camp and you see this tragic story of this person who clearly has a mental disability going through boot camp, but he's been drafted, so he's forced to do it. And you see him slowly decline as the more that they pound on him and they yell at him, they just start just berating this guy with insults because he's fat. It's actually I forgot what his name is, but it's
Vincent D'Onofrio.
yeah.
Kingpin.
It's Kingpin. So he plays. He is phenomenal in that role. You see him turn to this like sinister person at the very end, who is the perfect soldier, but the perfect soldier ends up murdering his own drill sergeant before he even got to war. And that's just the first half of the movie. The second half is another part where you see actually, because he ends up becoming a photographer during the Vietnam War, so he's not actually there on the front lines, but he gets to a situation where he is there and he's under fire, and the entire movie is just a suspenseful. He's under sniper fire for like the entire second half of the movie, and at the very end of the movie, you come to understand that there's no right or wrong between either side of the war, because the person who was shooting at them was just a little boy or a little girl.
Yeah.
It was a child.
I think that's a really good pick, but I think the reason why it can't be the best movie of the 80s is because We have 4 people here. How many people have seen it? 1 person. And I think it's such a hard movie to watch.
He hasn't seen it. You haven't seen it. What?
He hasn't seen it.
He hasn't seen The Thing though. He hasn't seen Nightmare on Elm
Yeah,
Street.
but we haven't seen it either, and we watched a lot of movies. So
I forced you to watch The Thing.
that was a
No, I watched that.
That was a
I didn't really
bullshit
know.
point.
I
That's a
didn't,
bullshit point.
I didn't really.
Out.
I didn't really watch the thing. I didn't really appreciate Thing until later in life. But I think Full Metal Jacket. If you're gonna go a Kubrick picture, there are so many better ones. And I think with at least our movies, they're literally iconic. That have built a legacy. Like Full Metal Jacket, yeah, it's a Kubrick movie, but it's such a niche community. Like you find a Facebook group like, oh, Kubrick fans. They will talk about Full Metal Jacket. 80s movies, they live on with Nightmare on Elm Street. You had 10 sequels. The Thing, they had a remake and then they had a prequel or whatever. But I think the reason why it's just so classic, we have amazing actors that became big because of that movie, and you have amazing scenes like when they're waiting on it in the ice, and you just see Keith David and Kurt Russell, and you don't know which one of them is an alien. I personally think that they're both humans. I think they're both humans, and they both die in the cold. But it's up for interpretation. You probably think that Keith David's an alien, and then Kurt Russell dies, right?
I think that Keith David's an alien.
Yeah. So I see.
I'm pretty sure you can't see his breath.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. I think there's just so many different interpretations. The movie is a classic, and I think Nightmare on Elm Street's really good too. Robert Englund's a classic, but I don't know if Nightmare on Elm Street 1 is the best one.
Let me tell you why. I think before I go into this, your opening was actually really good. I haven't seen Full Metal Jacket, but it actually
You should
sounded-
watch it.
It's
actually really
made me
good.
want to
I
watch
go back
it.
to it every couple of years.
The thing was a fine horror movie. I think people more so respect it for the visuals more so than the story.
Mm-hmm.
What you didn't understand about Nightmare on Elm Street 1 was it was a horror movie that essentially broke certain tropes and it essentially gave us a new form of fear. The fear through your dreams. The idea of something you can't escape. Your own psychology. How scary is that? The idea is you want to feel the most safe when you go to bed, but the idea in this is you can't ever run away from your own fears. That's why I think why Freddy Krueger works just so well. The idea is with The Thing is the idea of Red Scare. But I think we have seen so many other.
When was the last time
stories.
you've seen it?
The Thing?
Yeah.
A
5
couple
years?
years ago, yeah.
Like how many?
I don't know, 5 years.
Yeah, so I think there's probably a lot of stuff you missed. Like
I don't think so.
when I watched it as a kid, there was so much that I didn't understand. Like probably if you watch it, you're not going to understand a lot of it.
Whoa!
What does that mean?
That was a jab at Albert.
That was a jab.
That was actually a sucker punch.
It was a
That was
joke.
the second side of it.
Yeah.
I'm joking. And it's a movie that you have to watch a couple times to understand since you've
I
never
don't
seen
think
it.
so. I watched it when I was like
Well,
8 and I understood it.
let
Yeah, but I think there's
go
so
back
much that
in-
you don't understand.
I need to get back into because y'all have been talking for a while, so I want to say for the idea.
I
of,
barely spoke.
No, you gave us a lot.
You spoke a lot.
Yeah.
The whole synopsis of the
You
movie.
gave us a whole
And you gave us
thing.
the
He's
synopsis of the
looking
movie
at
and
using up
talking
his time
about
because he has nothing to
Oh,
say about
no.
the movie.
Okay.
Zero
No.
minutes, zero
So I'm saying the idea is of the idea of fear, and yes, it spawned. It has a legacy. And they're not all the greatest movies, but it is memorable. People still dress up as Freddy Krueger for Halloween. I'm not seeing anyone dressing up as Vincent D'Onofrio. I'm not seeing anyone dress up as The Thing because it's just
Kurt
vomit
Russell.
and flesh. The idea is with Robert Englund, he really helped, and Wes Craven. Wes Craven might be one of the greatest horror directors of all time.
I'll give you that. It's good.
Yeah,
He's got it.
I don't even know who directed The Thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's John Carpenter.
Oh, Carpenter did it?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
son of a. I would say he's marked off that round just for that. But also, another thing.
Well, Alvin, you don't know a lot of things. Don't worry about that.
Oh.
You tagged me. He tagged me.
Can I say something real quick?
Owen going back-to-back rounds?
I might be getting closer. I know. I feel it.
Oh,
If I don't, then it's rigged.
fuck you.
Anyways, you
That's
were saying
funny.
a lot of great things about Freddy Krueger. But if we were to argue what was the most iconic movie of the 80s, I would give it to you. But it's not the best movie of the 80s because at the end of the day, it is still just a goofy horror.
Not the first
Not
one.
the first
Not the first one.
Not the first one. The idea is essentially Nancy lives with her mom. Her mom's a drug addict. The dad's a cop. The dad's never home. That's why the mom is an alcoholic. So when Nancy's giving her these legit cries of help, saying, "Oh, I'm being chased by a man in a red
She's an
sweater and a
absent
claw,"
mother.
she's like, "Oh, you don't even know what you're talking about. This guy has been gone. He was your when you were a kid. Is not around." It's the idea of drug abuse. She keeps taking these sleeping pills to stay awake. It is the idea of running away from the inescapable. You can't escape your own fears, your own subconscious. That's what makes it so good, and it's been referenced by so many movies.
If you're gonna go with the best horror movie of the 80s, I would say that Halloween 2 is better than fucking Nightmare on
Halloween
Elm
2 is
Street.
pretty good. I
Halloween
like
2 is
Halloween
good, and it does Escaping the Inevitable better then
I'm not familiar with that picture. I haven't seen it.
Halloween
Yeah.
2,
I figured
just
you
think of
didn't.
it as just
Well, I
another-
figured you
another-
didn't
it's a- I'm pretty sure it's
No,
a
he
day
did.
after-
He saw
I
it.
But
did.
at the same time,
He
there's
saw
still
it.
slashers.
I know
No,
Halloween
no,
2,
but-
not
And
Halloween
don't get me wrong, I
2020.
love me a good slasher. I love me a good slasher flick, but no one. I figure looking at the best movie of the '80s, you have to look at a movie that defines the decade.
but-
and that's the decade of people who grew up with the Vietnam War.
Yeah,
People who
but
went through all
people
that.
don't really. So I think, yeah, it's a movie for the '70s though. Like that's
No, it's a movie
it's
for
a,
the
it's a,
80s. It's a reflection of what they've gone through.
yeah, no, but doesn't it take place during the Vietnam War?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it still takes place during like the '70s. So like, oh, it's a good essentially reflectionist history on
Exactly.
the 10 years
for
ago.
the people who are
But-
now adults.
Yeah, but
At the
not
time-
everyone can identify with that. I think Full Metal.
Oh yeah, I
Full
identify
Metal.
with the guy who
Full Metal
goes
Alchemist.
Full
to-
Metal. Yes, Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket is good, but I think it falls under two big faults. It's a Kubrick picture, which those movies are pretty pretentious. They're usually really long. Like, how long is a
Okay.
movie?
I don't know.
I think it's like 3 hours. It's a pretty long movie, hard to watch. And also,
You haven't
it's,
seen it, so you don't know.
I've seen
What's
clips
your
of
favorite
it.
part of the movie?
I haven't seen it, but
Oh.
they only talk whenever you're in like film school. That's all. They never shut up about that. They never shut up about Pulp Fiction. So the other big issue for it, it's a film bro movie. It's it's really cool, but there's still The Shining. There's still 2001. There's still
2001 came out in the 70s, 60s.
Can I say
he
this?
had other better movies for Kubrick.
Can I
But
say
we're
this?
talking about
the
the
thing,
80s.
yeah. So exactly, the 80s like that wasn't Kubrick didn't hit
And
his
if I were to
stride
talk
yet.
about
Kubrick hasn't hit his
best-
stride
if
yet.
we're gonna go
The
with best
thing, John
I
Carpenter.
would go with Halloween.
No.
No, but the Halloween is just a shitty slasher.
No, it's not
The-
a shitty slasher. You can't
It-
talk. You can't say
the
it's a shitty
thing-
slasher when it was literally a defining
It,
slasher.
it defined the genre, but to me, it's like, oh, it's not really challenging or making you question things.
There was
with,
nothing to challenge.
with
at
the
point.
thing, it's literally about the Cold War. It's about it's about the inhumanity of a fellow man. That's crazy to think.
We've seen it in so
You
many
can't
things.
trust anyone.
I
You
wanna
can't
go off what
imagine
you said.
as an alien how overpowered and scary that is. That it's among us. You literally can't even see it. And like you said, it spawned Among Us. Like it's a reason that it stuck around for so long because it's such a memorable story.
I want to say this. You were going on Owen that isn't the best Kubrick movie, and I would agree. I don't think it is. I've heard a lot more about 2001. Yeah.
Clockwork Orange is better.
Also, I'm going to go with this. With John Carpenter, that's not even his best. I don't even argue that's not even his best movie either. I would go Halloween.
Would you?
I would go Halloween. Halloween was really good because essentially it defined a whole generation, and the theme. Those are all iconic. What we're seeing with Nightmare on Elm Street, you're saying, oh, it's not the best movie of the 80s. It might be the best horror movie. I think you have to understand what that movie did was it did something that was never been done in horror. It gave us a new form of fear. That's what's so crazy about it. And
People didn't have nightmares before Freddy.
yeah,
That was the first time people got nightmares.
They did. They did give you nightmares because the idea is you just don't know. Of all of our things, when you go downstairs in the dark, I know you'll sometimes think, "Oh shit, is Freddy Krueger here?" I know I think that when I go in the garage, and I know you think that too. You're like, "Oh, so there's someone here." Freddy has instilled so much fear into so many people, and just the idea of Elm Street. Elm Street is so iconic.
Was it Scary Terry?
Scary Terry was
He's
in
cool.
reference in Rick and Morty. That it just Robert Englund is a classic. Wes Craven has never done a better movie than Nightmare on Elm Street. He's never been able to hit that same high, and actually maybe even with New
Scream?
Nightmare. Scream is a joke. It's
Whoa.
a fun joke. It's a fun joke, but it's a joke.
I mean, it's a good movie.
It is, but I'm saying it's a joke. With what we're seeing with Nightmare on Elm Street is a very good psychological thriller, horror, slasher. It checks so many boxes. You're a pretentious film bro movie, and yours is just
You just haven't
forgettable.
seen it in years.
I have seen it. It's forgettable.
No, I think it's just a complicated
It's a really
movie.
good movie.
Yeah, it's really good. The
movie.
thing is
If we're
really
talking about better
good.
horror movie, the thing knocks it out of the park.
Yeah, and also it works so well because it's sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
I think Elm Street is really good and it's classic.
And it's the fear of the unknown. You know what I mean? It's
yeah,
the fear of
and,
not knowing who's around you, who's going to be
yeah.
that
I think
villain.
Elm Street is a really good picture, but I think for the '80s, I think it just has to go to The Thing because it's an amazing sci-fi picture, and we're talking about the Cold War. I think, like we said, it's dude bro, like or film bro, like. Yeah, it's not the best Kubrick one. We have a Clockwork Orange. Have you seen that one? I'm pretty sure that's also in the 80s. That one's even better. That one's terrifying.
That one's really
So,
good.
I think what Full Metal Jacket, from what you've been telling us, I haven't seen it, but
I know
yeah,
I've
it's
seen it.
yeah. I'm gonna finish off, and I'm gonna say Full Metal Jacket is really cool, but it's a movie that is very hard to watch. It's very disturbing to see because I did watch the scene where Vincent D'Onofrio kills his master or like a Club Scout master or whatever. But I think there's also issues with that movie, and I think depiction of a mental illness. I'm not sure if they do it well, so I feel like
You haven't seen it, so you don't know.
I've seen that clip though, and
The one clip.
yeah, and also I mean, Vincent D'Onofrio doesn't really have mental illness, so it's like I think when you go back to it now, it's like it just doesn't hold up because there are issues. But I think at least
haven't seen it.
I've seen.
A little bit too long.
Yeah, I'll just say the
Yeah,
thing.
20 seconds left.
Yeah, the Thing's a classic. It's sci-fi horror, amazing visuals.
Okay.
Kurt Russell.
Oh.
I will say Omi knocked it out of the park. I feel like you had the Thing, you had the better horror movie, but Omi's kind of kicking your ass right now.
With what?
With Freddy Krueger, I would have never thought. I would have never expected for him to really fight Nightmare on Elm Street more than you did the Thing, the better movie. I will say they were both really good horror movies, really great movies, but we're talking about the best in the 80s, and that's a whole 10 years. All right, we have to look at so many films, so many movies, and if we're gonna look at the best, we're gonna have to look at what, like I keep saying, defined the generation of adults in the 80s. All right, these people have gone through hell and back within the Vietnam War, and they all know it wasn't for nothing. They all was for not. It was not something that they needed to go through, and they did. And we're looking at people who were like even at when you see the boot camp, everyone's so young, and it's all depicted perfectly because it's like you're looking at it through the lens of 10, it's 10 years after the war, like 10, 15 years after the war. We have this new perspective of it just really wasn't worth it. And I would say it was a defining moment when at the end of the movie you realize that there was just no wrong side because we see them having to kill a little child at the very end. And you keep saying it's a film bro movie. Why is that a bad thing? You know, all these film bro movies are good for a reason. They're all talked about for a reason. And you say, and okay, I'm going to talk about Nightmare. Nightmare is a really good movie, but there's better slashers and there's better horror movies out there. It's such a 10 seconds. It's such a huge. Shut up, bitch. It's such a big genre within the 80s. You had so many other better ones to choose. Freddy Jason's better.
Yeah.
Michael's better.
That was a good round. That was a tough
Did you
round.
get your closing?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
the first one.
That was a really,
That was
really
long.
tough round.
Yeah.
You know, even as someone who hasn't seen these movies, but I've heard of all of them and I know elements from all of them, right? They're all so iconic. And I think, you know, all you guys brought really good arguments. I think Owen had the strongest argument, but maybe not the best. I'll go through.
Good.
Yeah, I'll go each through it. So Nightmare on Elm Street, haven't seen it. I'm not a huge horror guy, but what you talked about, like making fear, like it redefined fear, I guess. It's like your own personal thing, and it's like dreams. No one has really done dreams before that, and I think that's really cool. And yeah, he is iconic. They're still making movies about Freddy Krueger today, and he's, you know, referenced in pop culture today. And then with Full Metal Jacket, I think Owen shows a really profound movie, and it's really serious. And I think it's really, you're right how it takes the 70s, but then redefines it in the 80s, like the Vietnam War and stuff. I think that's a really, really good, like pick, right? That's kind of just, I would never thought of Full Metal Jacket, if I'm being honest. And then The Thing, another iconic movie,
Yes.
right? Practical effects, Kurt Russell, John Carpenter.
Cool.
That's like all, like the trifecta,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, this is really hard. Owen did have the best argument with Full Metal Jacket, so I probably got to give it to Owen again.
Dark Horse.
When he talked about having to kill the little child, them having to kill the child at the end or something, and then
Yeah, you gotta watch the movie.
yeah, I got to, yeah.
It is really long though.
All right, so the next question, right? With the release of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga,
You didn't think of it yet?
you guys got this,
I'll
right?
go first if you guys want to think about it.
Okay. What movie franchise would you like to see Lego-fied in a game? And you cannot choose a pre-existing one.
So I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Lego Planet of the Apes. So we're gonna see a Lego Caesar. We're gonna see all these cool Lego monkeys, and we're gonna go through each movie. We're gonna be in the forest. We're gonna be in San Francisco. All these cool sites, adventures. We're gonna see. It's a Lego game. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna have your build your own monkey customization thing.
I have a question. Is this just the Andy Serkis trilogy, or
It's gonna be all of them. It's the Planet of the Apes. The what's this new Caesar Saga? Sure, the Caesar Saga.
Nice.
Okay.
So we'll go through all the classic ones. You can build a classic monkey, new monkey.
I have my answer. Alvin, can you what does the question read?
Okay, with the release of Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, what movie franchise would you like to see Lego-fied in a game? And you cannot choose a pre-existing franchise.
Okay, I'll pick. My answer is going to be the Godzilla franchise. I think the reason why I'm picking the Godzilla franchise there is so many iconic characters in the whole Godzilla franchise. Seeing really cool, like essentially I guess not minifigs, but like essentially bigger forms of the minifigs of each kaiju. You're gonna get Destroyer, you're gonna get Godzilla, you're gonna get Mechagodzilla, you're gonna get Gigan. You get all the big ones, all the cool ones. I think it's gonna be a really fun game.
Yeah. That's a really good pick, and I think it kind of went into a similar angle as you. Like, it think the best part of a Lego game, like in Lego Star Wars, is you have like hundreds of characters to unlock that all have their different look and cool minifigs. So I'm gonna go with Lego Dragon Ball Z. I think there are so many characters that you can pick, and seeing a little minifig with the giant Goku cut.
He's off Evolution.
No, Evolution. He's a DLC.
The
DLC.
movie franchise.
Oh, you know,
It's a
I wouldn't mind.
Oh, is it movie
Evolution
franchise?
DLC.
Then I'll go with Dragon Ball Super.
I just put movie. I put movie franchise.
So if you want, I can go the Dragon Ball Z movies, like the cooler, Broly.
But we still get Frieza though, right?
Yeah, Frieza's in
We
there.
still get Cell.
Yeah, they're all in there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so they're all in there.
Are we just trying to do
and
like
we
a
have-
weird cop out at that?
No, it was a movie franchise.
Yeah.
It was Evolution.
Yeah, but that would have sucked if it was.
Yeah.
But they would have been. I'll put them as DLC because honestly, probably in a couple years, we're gonna say it's just as good as like the prequels. So yeah, that's my pick.
There's no better game than when you get to play as monkeys. And I would say that at this game, you get to play as monkeys and customize your own monkey. You only have one monkey in yours. That's Kong. And maybe
King
Kong
Caesar.
Jr.
King Caesar.
I have...
Isn't it like a lion?
King Caesar's like
monkey?
a dog.
It's a lion monkey, I thought.
That was like a dog.
Oh, maybe.
That was like a dog, monkey,
It's
cat.
like a dog. Well, you don't have a real monkey. I have a lot of monkeys. And they're all going to be cool monkeys. We're going to go through each movie. We're going to get a Dr. Zaius dance.
Dr.
scene.
Zaius. Dr. Zaius.
That's good. Dr. Zaius.
It's going to be a really fun game. And it's from, if anything, it's a good way to introduce people to the 2010 Matt Reeves trilogy. You know?
Well, yours was really fun, and I think for what I want to do with my Godzilla game, it's gonna be kind of like two games. You're gonna have that original kind of Lego where you're gonna run through the franchise of the films, like you get a step as like big
Who do you
Godzilla.
use?
Huh?
Who's
Yeah,
like the main
you-
You're
character?
gonna play as the Godzilla,
Baby Godzilla?
as the big Godzilla, like you're gonna change everyone.
So
like,
do you still build? Do you
Oh,
still
actually,
build?
where's
that's
it
what I'm
with the
saying, that's what I'm
destruction, I
saying.
guess?
So that's what I'm saying. So it's gonna play more on like essentially the
Rampage.
destruction. You're running through the events of the film, but also I want the other half of it to like. I want Lego to do something new. It's gonna be kind of like a fighting game. So it's gonna be where you can pick your own essentially Lego Godzilla character, and it's gonna be like, almost like a beat 'em up where you
Like
four
Rampage.
kind of like Rampage, more like a Godzilla Destroy All Monsters, where everyone picks a Godzilla character. You're gonna fight in a Lego Tokyo, Lego Japan.
That doesn't
and-
seem like a Lego game.
Well, because I'm putting it as a Lego franchise. You're still gonna have the Lego isms of essentially running through the story.
Yeah, because I guess Lego Marvel 2 had Battle Royale.
Did it
Yeah.
really?
They had a team battle.
Yeah.
I never
So you're gonna
I
have
never
still
played it
the
either.
basic form like
But
building.
I saw a trailer. Oh, it looks dumb.
But for the multiplayer, you're gonna have each other running through Lego cities, like Lego Eiffel Tower. You can pick up someone, throw them through the Empire
Yeah, that
State
sounds
Building.
cool.
It'll be
That
fun.
does sound
It'll
fun.
be really fun.
Yeah, I think yours are both very cool. It was Godzilla, and then I forgot what was yours. I forgot it.
The one with the monkeys.
The monkeys, yeah, Caesar. That's a really good one. But I think with mine, it works better because you have the arcs. Because I'm treating it like literally like Lego Star Wars, where you can see the Frieza saga, you can have the Raditz, you have all those cool
Whoa,
characters.
Lego Raditz?
Lego Raditz will be there. I think
Is it played by Chris Pratt?
we'll have a DLC version. We'll have a
Nice.
DLC version,
Nice.
and they're not being very religious, and he'll kill some people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I just think seeing the cool characters, and I think a big part of it is unlocking all of the fun stuff. So I think that's why yours works pretty well. I think yours is very cool too, but it's monkeys, but it's only monkeys. So after a while,
No,
it
you
gets
can play. Oh, he's canceled.
who?
I was gonna say
James.
What is Dave Franco's brother?
James Franco.
James Franco.
Yeah.
He can still play as James Franco. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can still play as James Franco.
I'm not
Yeah, no,
even
but
sure for
the
it.
issue with with Planet of the Apes, it's like when you just start killing the monkeys, you just hear them like, "Wah!" Like when they
Yeah,
get killed.
that's-
Like,
that's
no,
cool.
but that's like animal cruelty.
Yeah.
that sounds
I
fun.
think you just
Are
kill all
you
these
gonna, are there
monkeys.
guns in your game?
Yeah, guns.
So you're gonna
bows
let
and
be able to shoot
arrows.
at monkeys?
Yes.
That sounds terrible.
I like that, but a lot of people wouldn't
That
like
sounds
that.
fun.
That
That's
sounds fun
the
to
whole
me.
movie though. That's the movie. That's literally the movie. You're gonna get
Yeah, but
speed.
you
But
don't
it's
wanna-
a
you're gonna
kid's
get bows
movie.
and
You don't wanna
arrows.
shoot
So
at
kids,
Lego monkeys.
Yeah.
Lego's
You
games
get to
still
play
for
as
kids.
Caesar. You get to play as what was it?
Rocket.
Rocket.
Yeah, but they're all
You get
just
to play
monkeys.
as,
You can't-
Koba. Yeah.
But you can only make monkeys look so different after a while. So I think
pretty different.
they're just
Yeah,
different
you only get
shades.
four types.
Gorilla,
You only get four
orangutan.
monkeys.
You only get orangutan, silverback.
Monkey.
Chimpanzee,
You get still
chimp-
monkey creators, so
chimps.
you can choose different colored monkeys. You can get a red monkey.
Yeah, I think
blue
that you'll get
monkey.
bored of that for a while. I think yours is really cool because it works with the rampage, kind of destroying all buildings and stuff. That seems really cool. But I think mine works because you're unlocking all the cool characters. You're getting to relive the saga in Lego form.
I'd say you kind of just said it right there. You're reliving it just in Lego form. Because we have Xenoverse, Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse, that you are living through all these moments, and you have all these characters, and you even have Jump Force. Like essentially, what your pitch is fun. But we have the Dragon Ball Z games. There is no drought for Dragon Ball Z games. I know Owen for a fact
wanted to pick up that Godzilla game on PS4, but since the release was so limited, he never got a chance to get it.
That is true.
I didn't get a chance to get it, and I loved it. I wanted to play it. What we're seeing with this Godzilla Lego game is we're going to still have essentially the Godzilla game, the Lego game for the kids that really want to play it, but we're still building a game for the Godzilla hardcores. Like I think you like Jet Jaguar, don't you?
I do like Jet Jaguar.
You like Jet Jaguar. He likes Gigan, like Cyber Gigan.
I like Mechagodzilla.
He likes Mechagodzilla. We're gonna have Mechagodzilla 2, Mechagodzilla 3,
There's a bunch of different
Godzilla
characters.
90s, Godzilla 2000.
Godzilla 2000.
So
Yes.
is your Lego game? They're still going through the story of each one. So
Yeah.
we're getting human characters.
No, because the way I see it is kind of more like
So
the greatest. Like when for
Oh, like
WCW,
a Fight Destroy.
yeah, it's gonna be like like WrestleMania 5, you got Rock versus.
So you're not going through the stories.
Not necessarily. You're gonna have
So
to do the
that's,
big
that's
fights.
not really
You're
a
gonna-
Lego game at that point.
No, because I said you're
Well-
still doing it where you're still running through it. Like you're gonna play through the movie Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. So you're gonna have it where you're gonna probably run through a nuclear power plant, run through the city, break some shit, and then you're gonna fight King Ghidorah, and we're gonna go that way. And then also you're gonna have the baby Godzilla as a DLC. We're gonna have a full story for him. It's gonna be a fun one. I think what we're seeing with monkeys. If you want to play a fun monkey, play Time Splitters. You can literally shoot a monkey's head off in that game, and I love doing that. That's fun.
I think that yours doesn't sound anything at all like a Lego game. You're just remaking.
Well, he made a Lego version, so I'm not gonna let.
Yeah, he's remaking it as a Lego version.
Yeah.
Lego games, they have one thing you gotta do. You gotta play through the story.
I'm building beyond Lego. 'Cause
Well, like Lego World. So
yours are
I think-
a slave to what they were before. I want to expand.
Lego games have one thing to do, and that's play through the story. And you gotta. It's like watching the movie, but you play through it in Lego form. That's what all of them have done, and that's what you have to continue to do. Mine's gonna do that through all the Planet of the Apes movies, even the Mark Wahlberg one. It's gonna be really cool. You're gonna get a Lego Mark.
I wouldn't
Wahlberg.
like that. I wouldn't like that.
I don't like that.
I haven't seen it, but Mark
Oh.
Wahlberg.
Well, there's Monkey Cops. We'll get Monkey Cops in that. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be fun.
monkey everything.
Monkey everything. Everyone loves monkeys. Monkeys are cool. Apes are cool. Chimps are cool. Yours isn't a Lego game. Yours sounds fun, but it is just Dragon Ball Xenoverse Lego-fied.
Well, so how's mine different than yours?
You should have chosen a different movie.
No, mine's
He
great.
didn't even
No.
pick a movie. He didn't
Yeah,
even
he
pick a
didn't pick
movie.
a
I did. I picked Dragon Ball Revenge of Cooler then, if you want me to give it a title and still have all of the sagas in there. So I'm not going to let that
I don't
take
even
me
know
out.
if Cell's in any movies.
But I think, again, the monkeys, it's just so limited. Like, Lego Star Wars, I think ours works the best just because you have a
Diversity.
plethora of characters in DLC. You can market and sell it.
Yeah.
With Apes, like, yeah, you're going to have, see the James Franco DLC bundle.
Yes.
And you're going to have Parkinson's cure. Like, really? That's what we're going to do?
They don't have to all have all these crazy characters. You know, there was a Lego Harry Potter. There's not.
Yeah, no, I love Lego Harry
There's
Potter.
so many characters.
No,
There's
they
no
have
cool characters in
they have
Harry Potter.
Quidditch Harry, they
There's
have
no cool-
Cooking Harry, they have
We'll get Cookie Monkey.
We got Hermione. We got
Hermione
Ron.
Monkey. Ron Monkey.
Oh my god.
We're gonna make. Oh my god.
So you're just gonna
make
do
all-
Warner Brothers characters.
All Warner Brothers characters. They're gonna be
Monkey
monkeys. We'll
Fire.
get Batman Monkey.
We're getting
Superman
Neo
Monkey.
Neo
Neo
Monkey.
Monkey.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Stupid.
I think you talk about plethora of characters. My game's gonna have the plethora of characters, and it's gonna be so much fun. And we're gonna play through all the star modes.
No, but it gets again, it's just monkeys. Like you don't have force powers, you don't have that's something that is super
you-
unique. They all have building.
There's a
Monk-
Luke Skywalker monkey.
Oh my god.
All you can do is probably
It's just
sit on
monkey.
vines and throw shit. I
If we're
wanna-
specifically talking Planet of the Apes, can you do me a favor and name more than 5 characters from
Oh,
the Planet of the
no!
Apes franchise?
There's Dr. Zaius. There's
No, I'm talking about with the Matt Reeves one.
Oh, yes, I
that's
do.
even easier.
yeah. There's Koba. There's Caesar. There's James Franco.
No, don't count James Franco.
No, there's James Franco. There's Woody Harrelson.
Oh my god, I could literally do this
And
for
then there's
you.
Rocket.
There's Rocket, Koba, Maurice, Caesar. Yeah, that's already 4 right there.
Okay, give me a 5th one.
Yeah, 5th one.
was it-
Lucy. The wife is Lucy. Lucy
Who's
in
the
the
albino
sky.
one? I remember the albino one in the new one.
There's like
I forgot
Snow or something like
what-
that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what it's gonna do, Alvin? You've made a good point. I don't know the characters, but it's gonna introduce me to them. I'm gonna get to love these characters again, fall in love with them, and we're gonna see
Also,
them
is
with
yours-
their cool little chimp
Is,
noises.
is yours going back to the classic Lego where they don't even talk in like dialogue?
No, they're gonna talk.
Like I'm saying, those Matt Reeves movies. Like,
I think
lack
ours.
of
I think ours.
dialogue.
I think you're out of this one. I think ours are the best picks.
I don't think I'm out of this one completely.
No, but Lego Luke monkey cooking monkey.
Well, what is yours gonna be? Because
Mine is Piccolo
there's so many
Special
over the
Bean.
top fights in Lego that it's gonna be so hard to just even give it any justice.
Imagine you get to see the father son coming
I'm
home.
not seeing it in Xenoverse where it looks like
Yeah.
the
No,
anime.
but they do it funny. That's the whole thing. Lego is supposed to be really funny. It's supposed to be charming. It's like a cute.
And you know what's not gonna be charming? Godzilla.
No,
There's
no,
we
no,
have the
charm.
atomic
both-
There's
no.
no charm to it. There's no
No, because
comedy.
the idea is you can have it like,
Li-
oh, you're gonna
monkeys
have
are
Godzilla-
funny. Monkeys are funny.
Let me tell you a funny scene. Like, you're gonna have Godzilla trying to knock over a building. He's gonna push it. It's not gonna come down. He's gonna try to push it again. You're gonna see like these stupid eyes. And he like slip on a banana. Like you can
Oh,
do
they do
really
the drop
stupid-
kick. Do the drop
Yeah,
kick.
he's gonna do the fucking drop kick like that. We're gonna have Mechalon.
That's a good
We're gonna
one.
have a Jet Jaguar. We're gonna have a Destroyer.
I thought about it. I do want my monkeys to fling poo.
They're gonna play pool.
Yeah.
And then we're also gonna do a callback to I think it was King of Monsters when you see like overweight Godzilla fall off the mountain and like you see him just like looking fall off. We're gonna do that scene. We're gonna do all these really. It's meta. They know that there's a lot of stupid stuff with the Godzilla. Maybe we're gonna have one of the guys fall off his suit when he's trying to push over a back and he has to get back into the Godzilla suit. We're gonna go really stupid. Really stupid with it. It's gonna be fun and also like I said, there's gonna be a multiplayer aspect to it because I want the Lego games to go more, and that's why I think Godzilla would be the most fun Lego game. That's my closing.
You're closing or?
I can go for it.
Yeah.
You feel satisfied?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. What did I pick? Wait, don't tell me. Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's early. It's early. It's been a long week.
He couldn't even figure
It's
out.
been
the
a
name.
long
He
week.
couldn't figure out the name of his.
I forgot.
know that mine's Planet of the Apes.
No. So I think
Oh, you're
with-
going?
I'm gonna go. I'll give my closing.
Middle
You
talking.
have like a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly finish off. You're in your closing.
I was talking.
Oh.
No,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah.
The
So you-
monkeys can
20
wait.
seconds close it
Yeah.
off.
So what else is? Oh, you have so many awesome characters. You're gonna see the funny. Because everyone goes to Dragon Ball, they want to see the scenes recreated. You get to see the giant Kamehameha, father son, one-handed, step on Android 16's head in a little minifig version. You get to see Cell, and I think it just sounds like a lot of fun.
You know that scene in Planet of the Apes, the third one, when he's like, War for the Planet of the Apes. You know when he's like dodging all the bullets to get the grenades. At the very end, right?
Yeah.
You know how hilarious that would be if instead of dodging all the bullets to get the grenade,
He gets hit?
Dodging poo?
He's flinging poo. He flings poo, and then one of the Lego figures falls down and everything explodes.
Oh my god.
That would be great. I think there's so much you could do with Planet of the Apes. You get to introduce yourself to so many amazing characters like Lucy, and Snow.
Lucy, like the real monkey Lucy?
No, he said there's a girl named monkey named Lucy. He made
You're
it up.
talking about the
He
real
made it
version.
up.
I didn't know last
Yeah.
year. I didn't know.
No, there's like a real, and like the first
Yeah,
human monkey.
Yeah, like
Well,
a Neanderthal.
You guys haven't even talked about customizing characters yet. I can customize monkeys.
By
That's
making
it.
them black, white, or
Black,
orange.
white, gray, orange, purple.
Purple monkey.
Different monkeys.
That's not even real.
Goku monkey.
That's the end of the round.
Yeah.
Go monkey.
Making
Great,
a,
green
Godzilla
monkey.
monkey. Are we
Yeah.
doing Godzilla monkey too?
Godzilla
making a red monkey. Okay. Put that down. All right. So that was a good round. I think with Lego Planet of the Apes, I just wrote on my notes, PETA watch out.
Oh, yeah,
Because
there
it's
you
like
go.
when you guys talked about like shooting monkeys, I was like,
Yeah.
oh damn,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
shit. But yeah, I think Lego Godzilla sounds really fun, and that sounds the most different out of all the. You don't see a good Godzilla game,
Yeah.
right? And then with Lego Dragon Ball Z, I think they did say that like it kind of like I'd rather play Budokai Tenkaichi 3
There
or
we
like
go. There we go.
Xenoverse or
Good
whatever.
pick. I didn't know you had that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think with yours, I don't know how like Dragon Ball Z, you're just playing through the sagas. That's pretty interesting, but
Yeah, but it's Lego.
yeah. And then with Lego Planet of the Apes, yeah, I think the movies are so just like deep and like so, philosophical or something. Like it doesn't really translate well for
Does it
Lego.
disservice?
It does.
Yeah. So I think that's why I'm gonna go with Godzilla, Lego Godzilla, just because it's it's a fun universe and all that. And you can probably make your own kaiju or whatever, right?
Yeah, you can do anything in that
Oh,
game.
he didn't say that though.
Well, that's what
Well, yeah, I don't even need that. I don't even need that.
Yeah.
He didn't even say it.
All
Wait.
right.
Wait, who got the point?
Omid.
Didn't you get the first point?
No.
No.
Oh, you got the first point?
Everything.
What did you win? You won for Shepard?
Yeah,
Dude,
I
that was a
should've
great
won for
pick.
Dom. I should've won for
That was a
Dom.
great
I
pick.
should have won for
In my
Dom.
head, I thought Omid won for Dom because it was such a slam dunk answer.
It was.
That was a good answer, but not a good argument.
It was a good
Alright.
argument.
That was
No
good.
bad answer.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was
That's
good.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so fucking
Okay, go
stupid.
All right. So this last question is a banger. It's probably really hard for you guys, right?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the questioning?
Pitch us the
Superman.
next Superman movie. Make us love Superman again.
Okay.
So, let's see who
Let's
goes
RNG
first.
that.
I was first last time, so it's
Yeah,
between
so
them.
Well, the number one, Omid, you go
Okay.
first.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, when I'm thinking of what I want to do with Superman is, I'm going to bring back Henry Cavill, and what we're seeing with, I'm a Snyderist. Owen's a Snyderist. You're a Webbist.
I'm a Kinbergist. I want them to do the
it's
Dark
Kim
Phoenix
Burke
saga.
guy.
Sicko.
Fuck that shit. What we're doing with this is I want to try to bring back Henry Cavill, and I want to do it the right way. I want to do it with, I love the Snyder Cut. So we're going to make us fall in love with Superman by essentially kind of having it, we're going to have the Superman sequel take place after Justice League, the Snyder Cut, and then we're going to lead into Justice League 2. So what I want to do with my Man of Steel 2 is I want to focus on the humanity of,
Was it a Man of Steel sequel or is it a new Superman?
Pitch us the next Superman movie and make us fall in love with
Oh,
Superman.
so I can pick,
I thought it was a reboot.
can I pick Henry Cavill?
No,
It has to be. It's a sequel.
no, it just says.
You can make it,
Pitch us
You
the
can
next
make
yeah,
it
because like
Superman.
Ron Pattinson's the next Batman.
Oh yeah, reboot it.
So I'm doing, I don't
That's
want
up
to
to you
reboot it.
guys.
I'm gonna stick with Henry Cavill. I think
Okay.
I want to stick with Henry Cavill. Sure, actually, no, I'll stick with Henry Cavill. I'm a Snyderist.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stick with Henry Cavill, and I want to really make it on the heart and soul of Superman. So we're gonna see it as in this one is it's gonna take place maybe 10 years after the Snyder Cut, and we're gonna see I think her name is Martha Kent. We're gonna see Martha Kent getting really old, and just the idea of Lois Lane's getting older. He's losing Martha. He's gonna have to raise his kid. Superman essentially he's getting to the point in his life where he's gonna lose a lot of people in his life. He's gonna lose because Lois has cancer, Martha's dying, and I want to essentially have it be where Superman's kind of like almost a single dad raising the kid by himself. And the villain, I think we're gonna go with. I had to think about the villain, but I really want to focus on essentially the humanity of Superman, where he's gonna lose Lois Lane, he's gonna lose his mom, and how is he gonna live being the only alien on Earth?
Very cool. Can I go next?
Yeah.
Very cool. So I really liked your pitch. That was really cool. Like, seeing Superman as a single dad. I think that's awesome. I'm gonna go with a different angle. I'm gonna bring Superman back, but I'm gonna go a little old school. I'm bringing back Brandon Routh, and we're gonna be doing a sequel to Superman Returns. But the way I'm kind of restructuring this is I kind of want it to be the sequel to a great Superman movie that we almost got but never did. The Superman Lives.
Nicolas Cage.
The Nicolas Cage one, but I'm going with as Brendan Routh the Superman. I don't want to see Nicolas Cage Superman. But yeah, in that movie, essentially, you get to see all of the Tim Burton isms. You get to see Brainiac. He's trying to take over the world, and you're seeing Superman become the hero for the world. But I kind of want to go at it at a different angle with kind of like an older Superman, kind of like a Dark Knight Returns, but as Brandon Routh. Like, I don't know if there's Kingdom Come if Superman's older, but essentially I want an older Superman, like in his 60s. Becoming Superman again and seeing how far he's willing to go to save the world.
Yeah. Shout out John Schnepp for Superman Lives.
Yeah, may you rest
Yep.
in peace.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is a hard question for me. 'Cause I feel like I just want it to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think everyone does. So I'm sticking with Henry Cavill. But I feel like he's my favorite Superman.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be a direct sequel to Man of Steel 2, but Justice League never happened. There's no introduction to the rest of the heroes. It's not gonna continue the Snyderverse. As much as I would like it to, I am not a fan of evil Superman. I want a what are you smiling like that for?
No, it's cool.
Okay, I mean the whole point of this is to fall in love with Superman again. And we don't need any more evil Superman, all right? We have Homelander, we have Invincible. We have all those already. So all we really want to see is a good Superman, and I feel like my Superman movie is going to be a sequel where it takes place after Man of Steel. It's going to be years after it, and we're going to have the villain be Lex Luthor, but Lex Luthor is going to be played by Heisenberg, and we're going to see Heisenberg develop Metallo, and Metallo is going to be the villain in Man of Steel 2.
Yeah,
That's
I was
cool.
thinking of Metallica too.
Mm-hmm.
So you said this takes place after Man of Steel 2?
Man of Steel 2.
So this is Man of Steel 3?
No, this is Man of Steel 2.
Oh, okay.
There is no Batman in this universe. There is no
So
Flash.
Justice League never came.
The Justice League never
He never
came to be.
died.
He's the only hero on the Earth right now.
So did he die in BVS?
No, that never happened.
Oh, wow.
Mine never happened. And in the third sequel, when we finally get enough time to like Superman, that's when Doomsday shows up on Earth.
Yeah,
And after Man of Steel 2 is when we get introduced to the Justice League.
yeah. So I really like your pitch, and I was also pitching mine essentially is not going to be another. There isn't
Team up.
other super. Yeah, there's no team up. There's no other superheroes. I want to mainly focus on Superman, but I think
I still want to have Darkseid be the villain. I really think I think his name was Ray Porter. I really like what he did, and I like the idea of like him looking for the anti-life equation. That sounds so awesome. I think you can do really awesome stuff. I think what I think a lot of Superman fans are desiring, and even non-superhero fans are desiring, they want to care for Superman. They want to see the humanity of him. And I think if we're seeing it, like him losing his mom, like because he lost his dad, but now he's lost both his parents. He's gonna lose Lois Lane. And I like that Owen saying we're not making him. I don't want to make him evil anymore. I'm gonna have him be depressed because the idea is like, oh, how does he raise a kid by himself? How does he do all this? He always has someone's shoulder to lean on, which would be his parents or Lois. So this one he's gonna really feel isolated. He's gonna feel like E.T. almost. He's gonna feel like stranded on this planet. And I really want to go. It's gonna be like a single dad story of Superman. We're gonna. I still had to figure out the villain, but I want the main one to be Darkseid.
So Darkseid is the villain in this one or the next one?
He's gonna be the overarching villain, but I want it to be like two
ground,
villains, like,
okay.
one ground
The
level.
ground level. Yeah, so I think both of you guys have awesome picks. I think I know you guys saying you're sick of evil Superman. Mine is not going to be evil Superman, but it's going to be like a Dark Knight, like I'm saying, Dark Knight Returns, like essentially a Superman.
Dark and gritty. Who would have
Not dark and gritty, but because essentially he's gonna have to find the hope again. Because I think that's the problem with evil Superman. He never essentially finds the error of his ways. So what I want to do is have like a 6-year-old version of Superman, much older, and he is mean. He is cold. Essentially, let's say if the Justice League members are all gone, like you're saying, he lost his family. What if he lost all of the Justice League and he's the only the hero left on Earth? What it's him kind of learning what it means to be Superman again. Because he's fucked up. He has essentially given up hope. He is not an evil Superman, but a Superman that has lost hope. So I think that'd be cool to have like the black S, like the black and red, really make him cool. Even like that'd be cool. Maybe I should pitch this as Red Sun.
Yeah,
I think Red Sun is so
Red
cool.
Sun's really cool.
Red Sun's an amazing story. So I think I want that to be a Superman where he's gray. He does fucked up things, and I think Homelander is a great character because he is morally gray. So
morally gray. He's bad.
Yeah, no, but you understand. Like,
really
he's not morally gray, but
You understand why he's fucked up?
he's a victim.
Yeah, okay.
He's a victim.
Yeah. I would say that in my Superman story, as much as I would love to have all this time to think about it, to go through all the steps through it, I have one big portion of it where I know I want it in. I know that there is going to be a part of this movie where I feel like a lot of people think that Superman is just like pretty boy, overpowered. He has nothing to worry about. I feel like with a villain like Metallo, he's put into a point of weakness where he doesn't have that overbearing power, and he is losing. And we'll see him lose, and we'll see him lose more than once. And we're going to get to the point where Superman just continues to get up, even having lost his powers to Metallo, because he's got that kryptonite heart. And we're going to see the point where Superman has to be saved by Lois, and Lois has to get him out of there. And he's at a point where it's like he has to go back, and he has to stop Metallo and stop Lex Luthor. And she's like, you can't, he's literally going to kill you. He's made of kryptonite. And he goes on this speech where it's like it's not about being like the most powerful. It's just about continuously trying your hardest and to do the right thing. And I feel like in this movie, facing off against a villain like Metallo, where he is at a disadvantage, a major disadvantage, it's going to be a great way to show people that Superman is more than just a powerful face, but he has a strong heart.
Don't you think you're undoing the character development from him though by essentially you're erasing the lore, like the back story of BVS and Justice League, right?
Yeah.
Because in BVS he actually has a nice character arc where he essentially is able to reconnect with like humanity, where he sees all of the fucked up things that Batman's doing, and he's like, oh wow. So he becomes kind of like a ground level hero, and that's such like, oh, I'm protecting the people from Batman. So if you're essentially making it become just a Man of Steel 1 sequel, I think you're erasing part of the character development that he's had over BVS and Justice League, where he's essentially learned to work with others. He essentially learned the humanity he had with, there was like in the Ultimate Edition of BVS, if you guys have seen it, he essentially does like, he's like Clark Kent again. So I think that yours is probably more on a Superman movie, but I think we had to focus on Clark Kent, where he actually does the journalistic reporting.
I agree.
So I think that's why I love Superman Returns, because you're able to see more of Clark Kent.
Superman Returns is a fun movie, but I think is Bryan Singer directing it?
I don't know if he wants to, if we can get him.
Man, he's always
as a
been big
producer.
Bryan Singer fan.
As a producer, no, I'm not.
Off of
What?
Steve Liv, just bring in Tim Burton.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I don't know if he wants to do
You'd
it.
rather get the kid diddler on it.
Yeah.
No, that's not even. He hasn't been guilty of anything. But I'm
I'll
not
say
gonna
this.
say. If we got Tim Burton, we can get Tim
I'll
Burton.
say this. I think I like the Emerson want to focus on Clark Kent. And
Yeah.
I think I figured out who my villain is. I think I want to focus like on just the idea of how traumatic Superman's been. I think I want to do Sinestro. Because with yours, I really like the idea of Metallica, and I want to be able to show Superman.
Oh
being
wow, shit, like Scarecrow or something.
Yeah. So I was thinking, I'm gonna essentially kind of change the lore. I want, since Superman's getting older, I'm just gonna have him be inherently just a little bit weaker. And I don't know if Lantern powers is considered magic, but I'm just gonna say Superman. Like, we're gonna scale up Sinestro's power to be able to fight with Superman. Because I think
That's cool.
the idea of Sinestro really tapping into the idea of, it's kind of like, I guess, similar to what Injustice did with Joker being able to kill Lois through like that toxin. So I really want, we're gonna keep seeing Sinestro really fuck with his mind about him being alone and taking his child, and I really like the idea of having him be a journalist again.
Yeah.
But I kind of want this to almost show Superman almost get to the brink of killing Sinestro, because just how much he's fucking with his mind. Because I don't think Superman is the man with the strongest mental capability. So for him, it's like, oh, he's gonna get pushed over the edge, and at the end of the movie, it's like he's gonna break his whole hand. Like, it's gonna be really cool. It's like punch him, grab his hand, break his whole hand, and like his finger
drops the ring.
He's gonna drop the ring, and he's gonna get to the point where he's almost gonna kill him, and then we're gonna see his kid, Superman's son, is like, oh, don't do this. Mom wouldn't want you to do this. This is not who you are. And then Superman's gonna realize, like, he's gonna, because the whole movie.
So you're gonna do what I'm doing, like a darker Superman, like
not darker Superman, because it's gonna really be focusing on his home life and him being Clark Kent, and we're gonna have minimal Superman scenes, but I want to focus it really on
Minimal Superman scenes in a Superman movie.
I think that, because that's the problem with Man of Steel. It's all about fucking planet busting, breaking through buildings.
You're gonna do what Batman didn't do. You're gonna develop.
I'm gonna have good writing and good dialogue. So,
Nice.
what do you mean? That was, yeah.
I said nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You see how pretentious they are.
Yeah. So that's what I want. I'm gonna
I
fix it.
feel it. I feel it.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
believe it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been closing first. I'm not gonna close again. No.
I'll close. I can close. I think again, going for like a Kingdom Come, like because I think like you're
What's your
saying.
story?
My story is like I told you already, where all of the Justice League members are dead. Superman is essentially the only hero left on Earth, and Brainiac is coming to essentially take over Earth. But Superman has essentially been out of the game. I'm kind of doing like a Batman Dark Knight Returns, where he is more like fucked up. He has a darker Superman. He's not regime Superman. He's not taking over the world. But I think he's a Superman who's essentially given up hope. Maybe he's working for like the president, like in Dark Knight Returns.
Lex Luthor, the president?
Nixon's president.
Like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Let's have Lex Luthor as president. He's working under Lex Luthor, so he's like an evil Superman that has to learn how to become good.
An evil Superman.
Nope, but he's not like he's essentially
doing that.
not evil Superman, but a Superman that has lost hope. I think that'd be really cool. You gotta have Brainiac, so you gotta have all of this epic CGI. We've never seen this villain before, and I think, yeah, you're saying we don't want evil Superman, but I think he's just such a boring character that you need it to be. He has to be morally gray. I think that's the only way to make him interesting. He's a boring character.
I would argue that he's not a boring character. And there's so much more to Superman. And just by your movie and argument alone, you're going back to the same thing where he's not a fun guy, so we have to make him evil to make him interesting. It's not true. You don't need to make him this dark, gritty person to be interesting. He could still be a good person and still be an interesting character. The fact that he has all this power and he can do whatever he wants, but he chooses to be good. He chooses to be the right thing at the end of the day. That is what makes Superman Superman. And I feel like a movie where he's fighting against someone who's literally made out of his weakness is a perfect way to show that he is more than just the power, more than just the hero, but he is a good person, and he's a good farm boy from Kansas. And I really like your pick too. Yours is a good movie. Honestly, they're both good movies. I wish we had. This is one of those things where, like, if we had more time,
I would watch all of these.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like a good Superman movie needs to have a really down to earth, lighthearted Superman, and mine's the only one that's clearly pitching that.
And I like that you're going for the more positive look, but I think what you kind of want from like a Superman movie, what we kind of seen with Batman movies, is each iteration has its own feel. I think with the Christopher Reeves saga, you have that positive, uplifting truth, justice, and better tomorrow.
That was American.
They changed it.
Oh, cool.
I like that better.
That's cool. And I like that because I mean I really like your pitch. I like the Metallo a lot. I just feel like yours is almost like it is the easy pick because you're going back to Lex Luthor, you're going back to Metallo.
That's what we need.
Maybe yeah, that is good. Maybe that's what we need. But I think I want a little bit more. I want a little bit of a deeper story because that's why people surprisingly they loved everything about the Batman because it made
sick.
I want to make this a bit more of a complex movie. I really want Superman to just feel isolated, like I said, like an E.T. I think with and just where everyone is in life right now, everyone has those tough moments of like, oh, am I on the right track with my career? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I just doing the right thing? So with Superman, he's gonna really question all that. He's just gonna know if he doesn't want to live anymore. He's gonna know how to raise a kid by himself. He's gonna go through all these struggles, and I think just Sinestro's gonna really fuck with his mind. And that's what I want to see. I want Superman to be put into the mental ringer because he always can knock someone out if he had to, but not mentally. And then I want to movie because, like I said, we're gonna eventually get into Darkseid. That it's gonna feel almost like a Thanos, where in the end credits scene you're just gonna get 2 minutes of it, and that's how it is. I'm going for my Superman. I want a new young, or a new.
You just pitched an old Superman.
I understand. a new take on him where he's more depressed and more sad because all of us go through that sometimes.
That was a good round. I feel exactly the way when you guys did the Batman sequel pitch, where I would just want to watch all three of these movies you guys talked about.
Same.
Yeah. Omid, actually, before I get to Omid, I like how all three of your guys' pitch is very personal and Earth-based. Because you can easily because he's so powerful on Earth, you can just take him out to space and have him be, weaker. But I like how you guys kept him on Earth. So, kudos to all of you. Yeah, I like how you brought back Henry Cavill, and it's a huge time jump after the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
And like Martha's old, Lois has cancer. He's like a single dad. I really like that aspect of it, where he's Superman, but he also has responsibilities as being a good father, right? And then, so I'm still unclear. Is the villain you said Sinestro, right?
The main villain.
And then Darkseid's at the end.
Darkseid's like
the tease. Okay. I liked Sinestro as the villain. I like how it's not a really conventional Superman villain, but also you're teasing like a bigger universe out there. Cool. I really think that's really cool.
Thanks.
And then with Owen, direct sequel to Man of Steel. That's very ballsy to erase everything that Snyder has done, but I respect it. And then I like how, so it's a direct sequel, but okay, never mind. Because I was confused how Heisenberg was Luthor, but Jesse Eisenberg was
Bryan Cranston.
BVS, right?
That's what I said. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But
So I like the casting of Lex Luthor and Metallo. Metallo, I like how your villains are villains we haven't seen before, and I think that's really cool. And then
We have seen Lex Luthor though.
Metallo.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, Metallo. Yeah.
He meant both you guys. I guess he said your guys.
What's your villain again? I honestly am still.
Mine's Brainiac.
I didn't even listen.
No, mine was. Yeah, I said Brainiac.
I don't think he said Brainiac, to be honest.
I did watch it back. I said it was like Superman Death Live.
That's cool. Yeah.
Superman Lives.
I like how he chooses to be good. I like all of that. And then Amir bringing Brandon Routh back.
That was cool.
Really out of the box choice.
Yeah, he's good. If you've seen
Superman
Returns, he's really.
Have you seen him in the CW stuff, the Crisis stuff? Okay, because I think
good.
this might be a continuation of that because he's wearing that type of suit and stuff.
Yeah, I think his Kingdom Come.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's really cool. Sequel to Superman Returns, Brainiac, older Superman, and then he's kind of mean.
He has to learn what it means to be hopeful again.
Yeah,
he has to become the symbol.
That's cool.
Another hopeless Superman.
Yeah,
he becomes hopeful again.
All of those are really good. This is the hardest round for me to choose, I think. But I probably have to go with Omid. Yeah,
good pick.
That was really good pick. It was just the most like out of the box unique.
Yeah, that was good. The fear was cool.
Yeah,
that was cool.
So, I guess that is Omid and Owen going to the sudden death.
It's good,
right? All right. So, I have.
Amir really good. I think I like this Brandon Routh one. It just you can tell it's a very Amir a very Amir answer.
Yeah, Amir always wants to be like the contrarian.
Yeah, it's good. I like him. It's like I thought he was a cool Superman.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Okay, so for the bonus questions, we have 5 this time.
Yeah, cool.
So the first one.
I don't know. They don't know. Did you want Amir to give?
Do you want to come check out these questions?
I'm gonna sit back here, but
if you have any questions, please type it in. But these are the ones I chose.
We do need a hopeful Superman.
I wish we had more time for that one.
Yeah, see, even if that was like a real one, a real question, I would put a lot more thought into it. That was a real good one. Those are great.
I know I wrote that.
Come up with a different one. I'll try to say.
I don't think I wrote that
I'll
one.
try to
Yeah.
come up with a different one.
Okay.
For that,
Yeah, sounds good.
Mine
All of them are really
answering it. That was
Awesome.
that
Those
was
are really
good.
good.
Okay.
But that was a really good question.
I wanted.
All right.
Lobo.
So
Yeah, I was thinking Lobo, but I didn't know how to do him.
whoever doesn't know the rules about the bonus round, 5 questions, 30-second intro, 20-second rebuttals, 2 times.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, for the first question, best Joker, Heath or Joaquin?
Heath.
All right. So, Omid,
That's a good one. That was a good
one.
question. That's a good one.
Omid, you're gonna go first.
Yeah.
Okay. 30 seconds. Whenever you're ready.
Heath Ledger is the best Joker because he essentially defined everything beyond 2008. Everyone is influenced by Heath Ledger's Joker. He showed us a new take on the Joker of the idea of the smile becoming the scars. He literally makes the Dark Knight with that, and I think that almost kind of creates the idea of like that immovable wall and unstoppable force between him and Christian Bale. The idea of like Joker wanting to send a message of how shitty humanity is with the boat, saying, "Oh, if I give one of these guys a bomb, someone's gonna be scared enough to willing to kill people." That was 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Owen, whenever you're ready.
That's good. You got this.
Yeah. I think Heath was a really good Joker, but Joaquin, I think, made his Joker better. I feel like you can't make a Joker movie with Heath Ledger's Joker, but Joaquin was able to carry the entire film on his back and do it so well to where at the very end you somehow feel bad for the Joker and you sympathize with him. A villain that you've known for your entire life as this evil person, somehow you manage to think that I could be like that. If I was in a bad situation, if I was born in the way he was, that could have been me too. And it's just so crazy to think that this person had so much influence in the town of New York.
I think Joaquin Phoenix is a good he's good in the movie, but I don't think he's really playing Joker because the idea is I think you want Joker to essentially be like this irredeemable, really fucked up person. Because with him, he got walked all over. He got walked all over, and a lot of stuff that happened he didn't really deserve. And he didn't even create that movie like intentionally. He is just a mentally ill person that you do feel bad for. But that is not Joker. Joker is much more.
Owen, whenever you're ready.
On why Heath Ledger sucks.
That's a hard one. Heath Ledger portrayed a pretty good comic book Joker, I would say, but I think Joaquin portrayed his own Joker much better than Heath Ledger portrayed his. Joaquin's Joker was much more relatable to us, and Heath Ledger's Joker just ended up being a really good villain, a really cool villain. But if you look at him outside of the movie, he's not going to be He's not going to be any good the way that Joaquin was. Joaquin was able to do a movie on his own.
I didn't understand what he said there at the end, but all I'm gonna say is for Heath Ledger essentially is the Joker. Whenever anyone does Joker, he is always compared to Heath Ledger. Dark Knight legitimately is the best Batman movie ever made. The Joker is a good movie. It's a fun movie, but I think also it copies Taxi Driver. A lot of people say it's not original. Heath Ledger really made his own version of the character.
Whenever you're ready.
You can't talk about own version of a character when Joaquin literally did the exact same thing but better. Joaquin's version of the character was so good because we got to see actually how we get to see him create the Joker game. We've never seen that before. Joker was just able to hire goons, but we've seen how the Joker is able to create inspiration between people who also were all down on their luck. We always hear about Batman villains being people who just need a little bit more time and a little bit more care. We actually finally got to see it.
Damn,
All right,
that was good.
That was good.
That
Amber,
was
what'd you
good.
think?
That was really tough because I think they're both really good picks, and I think Heath Ledger is the safer, better answer.
That was a good question.
That was a really good one. That was a good one.
I think I think you had a really good ending with like, he's able to inspire people that are down on their luck. But I thought Omid had his first 2 points were better because he said, "Oh, it's copying Taxi Driver," so it wasn't as original.
Mm-hmm.
And then the scene with the boat, that's a really good scene. And essentially, he's an agent of chaos. Like he instills the worst in people. So I think Heath Ledger that's such a tough one, but I think Heath Ledger is a better answer. That's what I think he had a better argument.
I think Omid started well, but then Owen ended well.
Yeah.
I think, Heath is just so influential, right? Without Heath, we wouldn't have Joaquin. But they're also very different takes.
They're very different.
I guess, I gotta go Omid for this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the first point in sudden death.
Yes, sir.
That was good.
That was quick. That was nice and quick.
Those so fast. I was like, wow.
This next question is gonna be
Is it
hard.
this or that?
No, yes. This is gonna be hard as hell.
Okay.
All right.
He wants to see it. Can't wait the 10 seconds.
Where is it?
Oh yeah, cool.
Okay. Should I go that one last or no?
No, I think you can do that one next.
Okay.
You already had it up.
Which video game universe do you want to live in? Halo or Gears?
Halo.
Gears.
All right.
That's cool.
Owen,
They
you go
did
first
one.
whenever you're ready.
I thought he.
I think I went first.
Yeah, because he chose his answer first, right?
Oh, we don't rotate this time? or
No, whoever picks their first.
Okay.
is first.
Okay. Yeah, fair. Whenever you're ready, Omid.
The reason why I want to live in the Halo universe is Halo is a lot more hopeful. Gears of War is a very dark, grim world that there is no hope in it. With Halo, you can see the technology is so fun. You get to be a Spartan. You get to be a walking tank. There are so many aliens you can see. You can explore planets. You can literally travel space. Gears is a lot more ground level.
10 seconds. Yeah.
And then also I think you can work with the Master Chief. You can work with Sergeant Johnson. You can work with the Reach team. You can travel so much of the Halo universe.
Whenever you're ready.
I think at the end of the day, we're both going to be soldiers within this war, right? We're both, we're just guns. We're just people who are going to shoot people, right? And I feel like if we're going to do that, I'd rather be in the Gears universe because you're at least with people who are so cool and so awesome. You're going to be with the Coltrane. You're going to be with Dom. You're going to be with fucking Marcus Phoenix. If you're implanted into that squad, just know that you're going to have a great time and you're going to be killing locusts and you're fighting for your fucking planet. What more honor is there to that than fighting for your own survival, your race's survival? And Halo is just boring.
For me, playing all 5 of the Gears games, I don't think Gears is a very fun universe to be in. The idea is so enticing because of how dramatic and how sad it is, and the sad stuff people go through in that life. The idea is how Dom lost Maria. It's like you might lose your best friend, you might lose your brother. There is nothing redeemable about being in that universe. There is nothing but pain and misery.
And I would argue I would much rather be in that universe than in Halos because in Halos, it's the same exact thing, but you are with people who don't care about you. You're with people who are like Spartans. I don't know Halo. You're with Spartans and other aliens who just don't give a shit about you. At least if you're in the Delta Squad in this Gears universe, you have people who are family and who care about you. And I would much rather be in that universe so that I could be able to have the power to kick someone's head off or body slam them and the whole body implodes.
The fact is that no one cares about you in Halo, but they care about you in Delta Squad. Dom literally makes fun of Anthony Carmen getting his head shot off. In Halo, you actually do get to work with the Covenant. When you see Halo 3, it is the humans and the elites are working to stop the Covenant and the Prophets. That is so fun. You're going to see so many species, planets. You can drive a Banshee, you can drive a Ghost, you can drive anything.
If I got to spend my last day on Earth, whether it's next to Master Chief or the Coltrane, I'm spending it with the Coltrane. What better way to live your final days? Because either way you're dying, all right, you're in a big fucking war. I'm going to live it with the Coltrane, someone who's inspirational, someone who is hardworking, someone who's awesome, who's funny. And at the end of the day, if you have all this strength to be able to pick someone's head off or pick someone's leg off and beat him with it, I'd rather be there.
Spartans are stronger though.
I don't know Halo.
What'd you think, Amir?
I think for sure both worlds I would hate to live in. It's like that anime discussion. Like, would you want to live in Attack on Titan? Fuck no.
Yeah.
So yeah, both of these worlds are definitely really terrible. But I think you guys both had really good arguments. I think you didn't know there's like Reach. So the Spartans do care about each
I don't
other.
even know what Reach is.
You never played it?
No, I've never played Halo.
Yeah, so it's a really good one. So the Spartans do care about each other. I thought they were both really good. Coltrane is awesome, but just based on the argument, I think you had more to say. Like Dom did shit on. You said Anthony. You meant Benjamin.
Yeah, but I'm not a
No,
Carmine.
he made fun of Anthony for getting his head shot off.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Carmine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pop up as a Carmine.
Who would you pop up as?
Me.
Yeah, I can see him like Owen Bone Crusher Boney.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I think they were both good ones. I think Owen had a slightly better argument. Just he had more to say.
I think Omid, just what he talked about with Halo, I think it's more like it sounds better than Gears of War, if I'm being honest. So I'm gonna have to go with Omid for that one.
That sucks. You guys would both have to be in the war. I thought you were gonna go with the argument that you at least can live and not have to be in the war.
I was gonna say I was gonna go more on there's peace, but I was like just
Keep it war.
yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, so I think since you're number 5, I think that's a good one for now.
All right.
The CV.
Okay.
CBM.
So, best comic movie of all time.
Digipast.
Logan.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Omid, again, whenever you're ready. 30 seconds.
X-Men Days of Your Past was No Way Home and Endgame and Infinity War before those were even ideas. What we see with Bryan Singer came back to bring back Patrick, Ian, and Hugh Jackman, and all the X-Men that you grew up with, and say, you know what, they're going to come back for one more time, and who are they going to fight? They're going to fight the Sentinels. We've never seen Sentinels on screen. That is going to be awesome. And for me, seeing Hugh Jackman light up his cigar when he walks out of the X-Shit, I literally creamed my pants. That literally made me so fucking happy. I love that shit. I fucking love that shit.
Alright, good job.
Logan is the greatest comic book movie because it proves you don't have to be in this continuous universe to be a really good movie, and it was a damn good movie. We got to see Logan in his final hurrah. He gets to save the little girl Laura, and it's so cool because we get to see Professor X interacting with Logan, and we don't know what's going on. And the best part about it is we don't have to know what's going on. We just get to see the interaction between these characters and their final days on Earth. And Logan trying to do one good thing right before he dies because he's had so many nightmares. Right? What was that good line you like? The one you always repeat?
I hurt people in my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my dreams, I hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Nice.
Shit.
Logan's a good movie, and I'm always the one to take the more of the depressing and dark tone. I think with a comic movie, sometimes you kind of want a more hopeful, action-packed, fun thrill ride, and I think that's what Days of Past is. Logan is 2 hours and 15 minutes of like essentially just watching a man die, and sometimes you want to see it, but I don't think you always want to watch that. You want something more fun, and I think Logan's a good movie, just not a fun one.
I think at the end of the day, Days of Future Past is a predictable comic book movie where good guys win at the end and you understand what's going to happen through the entire film. Logan is a different movie where we don't expect Logan to die. We want him to win. We want him to be there, but we see him die and we see him on his final hurrah and we get to see oh, sorry, did you say something?
10 seconds.
Oh, sorry. And we get to see Logan, his story end. We get to see his chapter close.
I think Days of Past is a predictable movie, is a disservice to it. We got awesome scenes like the Quicksilver scene. We got the scene where Charles or Magneto is saying that humans always fear that which are different than them. That is the idea of commentary on mutants and stuff with Mystique when she has so much hatred towards humanity because of how much they treated mutants like shit. She has to choose to put her own feelings aside. Say, I have to be better. I have to show that we're better.
I think while your movie has really cool scenes, nothing beats watching Logan for the first time and you see him cut someone's leg off and there's blood everywhere. The first time you see Logan in Rated R on the big screen was the most badass moment ever. And at the very end, when you see him get his energy and his rage back, starting to kill all those people, it was so cool and it's something you'll never forget. Getting to see Logan rage one last time before he's gone. It was a beautiful movie, beautiful scene. The music was amazing. Better than Days of Future Past.
That was really good. I think those are both really good movies.
Yeah.
And damn, you went swinging for that one. That was really good. I don't agree with everything you said about Days of Past. Like it being predictable, but I think for sure, based on the argument, I have to give it to Owen. Like you said, that what makes Logan so good is you don't have to know about the universe. The continuity is like fuck, right? Straight out of the gate, he's going and he's kicking down the gate.
Yeah.
So I think Logan for sure.
For the same reasons, I'm gonna have to go with Owen.
Yeah,
That was good. He argued that pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't pick Logan.
Days of Past.
He loves Days of
Days of Past.
Past.
My favorite movie of all time.
Yeah, he likes it's like for him it's like Days of Past, like Deadpool, then
Yeah.
Logan. Surprisingly, I don't know why.
Devil One means a lot to me.
So for the one that I was gonna suggest,
Yeah. You can write it down.
So you can go for like anything like Superman, honestly, or like non-X-Men.
Logan's the best.
if you want that, give me the fifth one. I don't know. If I left.
What was your other one?
Plus, it was nice to argue against it. Argue.
Well, I was gonna go to the fact that I want my Snyder Cut for. I was like, if I say that, I literally
You
lose.
would have
Yeah, I would have literally lost.
For sure lost.
Yeah,
I should have done the Batman.
that'd been a fun one. I would have really torn into that shit.
It would have been easy for you to
He
just say
would've picked
bullshit.
Batman.
Would have just said random things.
You would have
I
said the
didn't
Batman.
He was
feel
gonna
for
do
him.
the
I
Batman.
didn't feel for him. Okay, he's a billionaire.
All right. So the next question: worst book to movie adaptation.
Book to movie.
These guys don't read.
I'll go Watchmen.
Okay.
Are you gonna count comic books or no?
There's a graphic
It's
novel.
a
You want
graphic
me to-
novel.
you want me to go with a real book?
A real
That's fine. I can go real book. I can go real book.
I have an answer, but I'm gonna wait till let's hear what you say before I say it.
What do you mean?
You don't want to go first this time, or no?
No, it's not that I don't want to. I'll go first, but I have an answer, but it's like I could be shooting myself. I'm not gonna say anything. Forget I'm thinking.
Okay. But you will go round first this round.
I'll go first this round.
World War Z.
Oh, okay.
Nice. I'll say Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Wow.
shoot. Okay, 30 seconds whenever you're ready.
Interesting.
Mhm.
You first.
Thank you. I think both of these are still really good movies. Jurassic Park, obviously, a really, really good movie. But from a book to movie adaptation, I think there's so much missing from the book where a main character within the book, you don't even know his name in the movie, and I don't remember his name. But the character that is trying to take the DNA from the fat guy, what's his name? Newman, the fat guy, that's a big character within the book, and there's so many different characters within the book that are just not mentioned, and there's so many things missing within the movie. The movie's really good, but there's so many disservices within the book that you don't see it within the movie.
I actually would be surprised if you actually read the book. I don't think you have. I think for World War Z,
You read World War Z?
I have. I actually read it during high school.
Yeah.
World War Z is an anthology story where essentially you're getting these excerpts and snippets of people living throughout the war. So you see with that they isolate it to one, just Brad Pitt's story for the World War Z. When you see it, it's like, what the fuck? And also Brad Pitt's not even fun in that movie. Like, I think one of my favorite ones, I think it was like an Asian family that they were stuck in like Japan or something, and they were just talking about how they were trapped there and they were trying to leave. It was more fun.
I would say within an anthology book, obviously you're not going to get your adaptation that you want because there's people who obviously have like different stories. There's people out there who love the Brad Pitt story and they got exactly what they want. With an anthology book, you got exactly what you're getting because you're going for the story that has the most drive and the most heart. And I feel like that story had so much heart and so much drive to see this man have to save his family and to be able to test himself as the first subject within the zombie virus.
Does it Jurassic Park is the worst book to adaptation movie? That literally is blasphemous. That is literally Steven Spielberg's best movie he's ever made. That movie has influenced so many things. Literally, the puppetry in that movie, the story, the visuals, the music. Na, 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 na. It's all good. To say that it's bad, it's one of the best movies ever made.
I'm not saying the movie's bad, but I'm saying the adaptation is poor. Did you know that Jurassic Park is actually like a horror? It's more a horror-esque book. It's a terrifying book, and everything that's portrayed so dark and dramatic, and it's something that you don't get at all. The movie's so lighthearted and it's loving, and you get to love all these characters. But within the book, there's so much horror and there's so much death, and there's so many terrible things that happen within the book that it's not a good adaptation for it. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie. It's a good movie, but good book.
You don't ever hear anyone saying that they want people to remake Jurassic Park because it doesn't live up to the book. You literally see people say that for World War Z.
I have not talked to anyone. Sorry, go ahead.
With World War Z, like I said, it's the idea is like it misses the whole idea of the book by encapsulating it into one story. You want to see it is literally World War. It is where is everyone during this time during that period.
Amir.
Did you get your last argument? That was
I was
yours?
first, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Did I do it 3 times?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were first. Yeah, damn. That was really good.
That was fast.
That was a really good round. I don't know. I think that
fast.
to me that was equal. I thought Owen had really good points. Like, oh, it's not that it's a bad movie; it's a bad adaptation. But
And I think because of that, Owen really shined. I think, Omid kind of dwelled on like the movie aspect of it, whereas Owen kind of talked about the adaptation in the book. Yeah,
That's fair.
but also
that was equal. That was
yeah.
equal. So it's up to you.
having not read either of those books, but knowing the movies.
You actually read the book?
I've watched YouTube videos about it.
Oh, you haven't read the book? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You still get the point, but like,
Good job.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't read either.
I'm actually. Okay. All right. So the last question.
Wait, is it this or that?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Mario or Luigi?
Mario.
Okay, cool.
Who was first? Who was first?
I was first,
I
right?
think I had Mario.
Well, what are we arguing? Who's the better character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. Do I gonna go now?
Oh yeah, whatever.
Okay, literally the most iconic video game character of all time. No, everyone in every country knows exactly who Mario is. Luigi's always going to be one step behind, and there's a reason for it because Mario was the first. Everyone, the first Luigi skin was just green over Mario's body. There was no difference between the two. Luigi's cool, he's goofy, but Mario is the definitive video game character, and there's no fighting against that. That's like Goku versus Vegeta. Everyone knows Goku, no one knows Vegeta.
10 seconds.
Mario's also a really great character in Smash. He's really cheap, overpowered. He has way better video games. There's only one Luigi's Mansion, but there's so many Mario games.
Yeah. Alright, whatever. you're ready.
If we're arguing who's the more kind of mascot, sure, it goes to Mario. But I think as a character, Luigi's a better character because he's the idea of he's a schlub. All of us have those low points in our life that literally you have to fight up. You have to fight against this image that people put on against you. Literally, Luigi's seen as a loser. He's seen as a fucking eternal understudy to Mario. He's has worked so hard just to be put on the same level to be compared to him. Luigi's the best fucking character. Luigi is the best Nintendo character ever made. He is sympathetic. He is us. Mario is a gold star, A tier. Everyone knows him.
You made all that shit out of your ass. There's not a single video game where Luigi's talking about this. So that's literally just you and your
Really
interpretation.
curious.
My interpretation of Luigi is that he's just the little brother and no one really has to care about him. Uppy. Hey, he's uppy his ass. There's so many great Mario games and all that out there. There's so much media that you can consume from Mario that you just have to choose Mario because he's the better character. There's Mario Sunshine, Mario 64, Mario Odyssey.
You haven't played any of them.
Alright, whatever you're ready.
The idea you think that I pull all shit out of my ass. No, this is what Luigi I'm able to pull from him. That's what he gives us. Mario is a blank slate of a character. He is just I'm awesome. I'm epic. I'm strong. With Mario, I think he's just so vanilla. I don't want a vanilla character to be the best character of all time. I want someone that I can relate to, and that is Luigi.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You had like 3 seconds left.
I'll say Mario's just basic.
You're gonna have this image that Mario was vanilla and basic because he was the starting point. He was the first. Obviously, the other characters after him come out like him because he was the first one to do it, and he does it right. Mario's amazing. He has so many great video games. He has so much personality. He's so fun and loving. Luigi's always just a goofy goofball that no one's gonna have fun playing a Luigi game as much as they have fun playing Mario. Mario can do Luigi's Mansion. Luigi can't do Luigi Odyssey.
I'm gonna just go into Mario is the perfect character. Luigi is the everyman. You want someone that you can relate to. Luigi, he doesn't get the girl in the story like Mario does. He has to work so hard for this.
10 seconds.
Luigi's Mansion, the reason why it means so much that they're twin brothers, and Luigi has to be by himself to save his older twin brother. That is an awesome message. Luigi means so much to so many people. He means a lot to me.
Damn, that was really good.
Yeah.
That was really good on both sides, and I'm very happy to see you argue for Luigi. I was like, damn, there's a lot of passion for Luigi.
You thought I was
Yeah.
gonna pick Mario?
No, I knew you were gonna pick Luigi. I was like, oh, it's cool to actually hear him talk about Luigi
Yeah.
because Luigi means a lot to him. I thought that last sentence, there was like, oh, Luigi's a twin. He's in Luigi's mansion trying to save his brother, so I gotta give it to you. They said Mario's vanilla, even though I don't agree. I love Mario.
Mario
Yeah.
is vanilla.
Mario's cool. What are you doing? It's your
I said
pick.
isn't.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think based on the argument, I thought we had a better argument.
Yeah. I think Mario is just very, like you said, vanilla, but also he's the most iconic. But seeing you argue Luigi, like no one really has an appreciation for Luigi. I've never seen anyone so passionate about Luigi before.
Make it all
Right?
up, that's true.
Yeah. I don't know if you're right or not. I can't tell because I don't know this character. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Luigi on this. Because,
Good.
yeah.
You did it for Luigi.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really great
they're good.
sudden death questions you had. I think honestly five
You
is
came with all those here? Or did
get
you-
all of them there.
Those were all really
Yeah,
good.
these are from
good.
my phone, but I had these over a few weeks.
You did Halo and Gears. That's a good.
That
a
was
really
yesterday
That was a
because I
really
knew it
good
was the three
question.
of you.
That
Yeah.
was a really good question.
Yeah, great judge, man. Like
Yeah.
I think the Heath Ledger joke one, that was a great
That
one.
was a really.
Right out of
That
the
was
bat.
I feel like there was no shaft answers. Like
Yeah.
No one got shafted, exactly.
It
I think
wasn't like
5
catered
rounds-
towards one person.
I think
Yeah.
5 sudden death ones are really good. Even though I wasn't in since it was going on for a while.
Yeah.
But just watching sudden death rounds are really good. So
Yeah.
that was a great round. You guys both did really good.
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Congrats to Omid on his first win. You know,
Oh,
on season
Season
2.
2.
Yeah. If you guys like this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah.
Comment down below whatever you want us to do next, and then just check out our channel. What would you think? This has been We'll Want to Fight About It. I'm Alvin.
Amir.
And I'm Omid.
Ermac.
We got our Aero macro here, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See you guys.